Uh, Hi. I didn't really think of an intro
Hello.
for this. Yeah, who are you?
I'm Thorgi. You all probably know that since you're in the Discord server.
Yeah, well, I
Who are
hope
you?
so. Well, I'm Patch. I'm one of Thorgi's mods. I've been here for how long has it been now? God.
I mean, you were at the start, I believe. You were one of the
Yeah,
very first ones.
yeah. When did we open it? Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I was one of the first ones. Was that like 2, 3 years ago now?
I don't think 3, but it was probably around 2 years. It's definitely more than one, not as much as 3, so I'd say 2.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm actually curious. I'll check. Yeah, I'll check. Yeah. So the reason why we're doing this, some of you may know, we're doing to celebrate. Thorgi just hit 100K on YouTube. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank
Uh,
you.
it's how do you feel about that?
It is still wild. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, 100K is not like the end goal, but it is this means something. It means that I hit a big point. All that work has paid off. You know, I kept joking about how I want to get the plaque, but the plaque really is like a symbol of, oh, I did this thing. It's great to see that it's a success.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's definitely it's felt good.
yeah, that is awesome. And I actually, so confession, I used to watch your old channel,
Ah,
like years and years ago. So I've been here for a while, so to see you reach this is really cool.
thank you.
Yeah. Um. So I remember back during must have been last year's Thorgies update. You joked about having a spot reserved on set for it. Did you wind up using
Oh,
that spot?
I mean, I just meant somewhere on the shelves behind me, but yeah, there's a spot that I was like, okay, it'll probably fit there, and then I think I got my Iaka from Skies of Arcadia statue before that, and I was like, oh, that can only fit in this spot, so I guess I'll find some other spot for it.
Well,
So yeah, it's still behind me on the wall. It'll be there when I film the live action stuff for the Thorgy Ween this year.
ooh,
And then, of course, we'll do the 100K actual video celebration after that, and it'll be there on set. So yeah, it's gotta be behind me the whole time.
that'll be awesome. So you've been doing Thorgy Ween. Gosh, you've been doing it since the old channel, right?
Yeah,
Why did you start Thorgy
I don't
Ween?
even
Like,
remember what you. It was one of the first things we did on that channel when I still had no idea what the channel was going to be. So
mm,
it's always been like Halloween's always been my favorite time of the year. So I was always in my mind like gonna do special Halloween related stuff whenever I started doing YouTube material. So
mm,
even when we moved over to this channel, and it was going to be dedicated entirely to fighting games, I was like, well, I'm still gonna set aside that every single year.
wow. How long have you been doing YouTube for now?
I don't even know at this point. The very first thing I did, I remember I was talking about the Gotham TV show. So whenever that first came around,
Oh God.
yeah, uh, I definitely remember our first video was October 1st. So also October's always been special for that reason. But yeah,
Mm,
it's been that long, and I did the old channel for 4 years before starting this channel, and we just hit 6 years on this channel. So roughly 10 years, I'd say.
wow. I like how you said you had no idea. They got exactly.
It's I try not to think about it, but then it's like, oh wait, there's actual easy math to figure this out.
Yeah. Speaking of time, I did figure out when the server first started. Uh,
But yeah.
we're approaching our 3rd year anniversary in about 2 months,
What? Wow. I didn't know it had been that long.
or at least three years since I got your DM on Twitter.
That's yeah. I mean that like I said, I believe you were in the first group of mods, so
No, I just
yeah, you would
appeared.
have to be.
Yeah, no, I just appeared yesterday out of thin air. No, yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. Who's this Thorgi that you speak of? I've never heard of
Yes.
him. Uh, yeah, okay. So, last question before we get into the actual questions. You just started a new channel with your
Oh
wife.
yeah.
That's Thorgi Theater, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about here just a little bit? Kind of always
About
help.
the channel? Yeah, sure. For anybody who has no idea, on the old channel we used to do movie reviews. People enjoyed it, but stopped doing that when we went over to Thorgi's Arcade. But I had always, but as time went on, I was like, man, I really miss doing that, especially around Halloween, because we used to do a horror movie every single day. And I thought, man, one of these years I'm gonna finally do that again. And people have continuously asked for it. So I decided, no, this year we'll just do it. But it was always an incredibly unprofessional review show. So I was never in my mind like, okay, this will be a side venture in which I'm trying to make money off of it. No, this is just here because it's something that the two of us enjoy doing, and also there were a small group of people out there who did enjoy it as well and wanted to come back. So I thought, all right, for fun, we'll do it. Plus, this year it's taking up a lot of time simply because it's Halloween season, and in October, like I said, I want to do a horror movie every single day. But after that, it's gonna be like one review every week. So, and each review is like an hour, so they do not take up a lot of time. So it's not like a big dedicated thing that I have to make a chunk of time for. So I figured, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Are you going to be just doing horror games, or are you going to be doing not games, movies? Or are you
Movies.
going to be doing other
I
kind of?
originally the idea was to do that, but the more that I think, I was like, okay, well, we'll do a theme month where we do this. That's not hard. Well, okay,
Mm,
maybe at this time we'll do this. That's not hard. Uh, so yeah, I've decided it's not gonna be horror. But it's gonna be more of like fringe films. Stuff that's not typically mainstream or so like B movies, cult classics, things like that. A lot of stuff from like 70s and 80s that a lot of people these days might not be familiar with. So yeah, we're not going back to the theaters to review stuff every single week to make sure that we cover like whatever the new release is, because we
yeah.
tried that on the old channel and we did that for years, but it is exhausting having to do that. So yeah, we're not doing that. It's more just like whatever we feel like talking about every year.
That makes sense. Does
Yeah.
that mean I can tell the server to stop requesting Black Adam?
I don't know. We might do that at one point. I have no plans for that, but we might get desperate enough that I need to.
Thorgy, for your sake,
Out of all
don't
the
watch
movies,
Black Adam.
I forgot that film exists. In all honesty,
I'm so sorry for reminding you about it.
oh my gosh. I mean, we might do that at some point.
Don't do
It's gonna be a ways down the road, though.
it. Oh gosh. For your sanity, I hope you don't. Oh gosh. That movie does exist.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, so you said 80s, 90s
Like yeah, like cult films, B
cult film, okay.
movies, things that might not be that well known these days. Like
Yeah.
we're not gonna do like the big popular releases or anything, but yeah, like more fringe media, as I refer to it, the things that are like on the outside of like most people's conscious.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. My boss, about like a year ago, I he had, we were he was talking with one of our customers about Spaceballs, and I
Oh
looked
yeah.
him dead in the face and was like, "What's Spaceballs?" Uh, I had never seen such a this gut, such a I don't know how to describe his reaction, but
It's done.
I never seen him in such pain. Let's phrase it
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the actual question. Since we're actually talking about horror movies just now,
Okay.
I'm going to skip directly to the horror movie question that I got. Where did you go? What is your favorite horror movie?
My favorite one is the original Evil Dead. I know that a lot of people
Mm,
like the second one more, but as somebody who grew up uh, out in the woods in like a little cabin myself, there's something about the fact that they actually went out into the middle of the woods and all this was filmed in, or at least the majority of it was filmed on location in a little tiny cabin. But also, it was made by a bunch of kids who had just recently dropped out of college, and all their money was going into this. And if you look up the behind the scenes stuff about the making of the film, it was real like guerrilla filmmaking. It was a lot of the times Sam Raimi would have an idea for a shot, and they would have no idea how to do it. So they would just get some lumber and just start sawing and building this thing there on the spot to carry the camera to get the shot they wanted. You know, the opening shot has them is the camera's POV going through a bog, and it was literally just the filmmakers themselves, just these kids with like no experience, just having to carry all their equipment over their heads as they were walking through this water. And yeah, when you actually know about the making of that film, just the can-do attitude of it really elevates it to being, in my mind, above the Evil Dead 2 and the other ones in the franchise, even though arguably they are better films. But yeah, that's why that one hits me so close.
yeah. By the way, that question was from Detective Don Evo. I forgot to mention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be mentioning names alongside when I do questions. Yeah, but
Awesome.
I still need to lie. What do you know where that was filmed?
Let's see. The sequel was in North Carolina, but the first one, I believe, was in Tennessee. They were both very close to each other, like right on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee. But yeah, the sequel was in a gymnasium in North Carolina. The original, I believe, was Tennessee.
Okay. Well, I don't know why I was thinking like. Never mind. All right. Let's get back to the. So our next one comes from Polo. Polo
Okay.
Shum, and they actually stole my question. so so they automatically got on this list. What is the origin of your handle slash avatar? Why a Thorgicord?
Well, the original channel that I made all those years ago was just going to be talking about random pop culture, and I was a big comic book fan, so it was going to include uh, comics as well. And so I was trying to think of a name, and I went, I like dogs, I like comics. What's a dog that is there a way to combine a dog with a comic book character? And Thorgi was the most obvious one. That was an easy combination of the two.
Mm, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Thorky was your last name.
No, people definitely. Uh, I've told people the origin of it several times, and every time they think it's more complicated than that. It's like, no, I literally just crammed two words together that I like. That's it.
I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see, what's our next one? Our next one is oh gosh, how do I say this? Iron in Germ, Iron in German. If I mispronounce, I'm so sorry. What inspired you to do your fighting game retrospectives?
It was the very first episode we did was on rival schools, and that's literally where the inspiration came from. Is that I just really liked rival schools, and I was like, nobody is talking about this game at all, and I want to do more than just build the roster on the channel. I don't want the channel to just be build the roster and then smaller videos. I want to have something else, like a secondary show that's kind of the same size as the build the roster ones. So I went, you know what? I'm just gonna do a video in which I talk about rival schools and just to celebrate it. And then that did very well. So like, okay, well, let me keep going with this. Um, so yeah, it was literally just I wanted to make a video on rival schools, and that did so well that I decided let's keep that going.
No, I respect it. Uh, no, I remember your rival schools video. That one's really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and as someone else who's also been really passionate about the most random things. I respect that as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So our next question is from. This is going to throw me off. Uh, I've always called them Red Turtle, but I'm just now realizing there's no R. So Red Turtle,
Red Puddle.
Red Tuttle. There you go. He asks, "What are some of your fighting game mains?"
My fighting game mains.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Where should I start? Street Fighter 6, my main is Marisa, but my side main is Zangief. Although I haven't played Zangief in a while. Marisa's just as soon as I hit platinum with Zangief, I went back to well, that's not true. In Street Fighter 6, I've been trying to hit platinum with each character whenever I go on there. So, but whenever I'm just playing for fun, like in the lobbies where there's no ranked, it's always Marisa. Let's see. Tekken, it's King. Guilty Gear Strive, it was Potemkin. It's weird. I did not get into grapplers until late in life. I used to be very Shoto coded. Like in Street Fighter 4, my main was Ken, and then I also dabbled with Sakura and Ryu. Let's see. Going back before the modern age of fighting games, like I know in early Guilty Gear, it was Soul Bad Guy. Let's see. Yeah, it used to be a lot of Shotos, but now I don't know what it is. I think it was just I got to a point in which I realized memorizing long combos has never been my thing. I've always just been able to do like 3 hits at a time. And then all of a sudden one day I was just like, wait a minute, what if I try the characters who specialize in not doing big long combos? And it just opened up to me, and I just suddenly fell in love with the big, heavy hitting tank characters. So yeah, these days it is mostly grapplers, tanks, the really big beefy characters. But back in the day, it was very standard Shoto. I know in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, my original main back in those days was Spider-Man because I really like Spider-Man. But then I also did Ryu and Captain. I did Ryu and Wolverine, and sometimes Captain America because they were both incredibly easy. Let's see some of the other ones I used to play. Oh, in Soul Calibur 2, my main was Link because I had a friend back then who played Siegfried, and I could never figure out how to get past the massive reach of his sword. Then I played Link, and I was like, oh, he has arrows. And my friend always got so mad at me that I just spam projectiles from a distance at him. And I was like, well, how do you think I feel when you just hit me with a giant sword I can't get around? So that's the closest I've ever come to having a zoner as a main was Link in Soul Calibur 2, who was only a zoner because that's how I played him. But yeah, it's these days it is mostly grapplers.
So
I should also point out in Capcom versus SNK 2, which was a game that I played a ton of back in the day. Terry Bogard and Rock Howard were my 2 mains back then.
So you did.
And then Ken if I needed a third.
And who in case you needed a third?
Ken.
Oh, Ken. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mostly did a team of 2 for Capcom versus SNK 2.
Yeah. That was another one of those games where I tried to play a little bit of everybody because I wasn't playing professionally. I was playing just for fun against my friends back in the day. But those were definitely the 2 that I was like, no matter if I have to have a team of 3, I'm going to have 2 of them be Terry and Rock.
Oh, yeah. Based. What about for rival schools? Who was your main back then?
For rival schools, the one that felt the best to me was Batsu. Which again, very Shoto coded. But I love the character of Akira so much that I still made sure to play her whenever I possibly could. I was not as good with her as I was with Batsu. Batsu just felt very natural picking him up. But yeah, so if I had to play to win, I'd play Batsu. If I had to play for fun, I'd play Akira.
I like the way that's phrased.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And then we actually have a question from one of our mods next. This is Laika. And she asked,
okay.
Yeah. We have
they do good stuff.
Yeah. We got quite a few questions from a couple mods. She asked.
Let me just go ahead and say, by the way, before you get into that, speaking of the mods, I just want to take this moment to say thank you guys so much for all the work that you do on the server. Like, I know it feels like I'm just not there at all, but that's just because I don't use Discord a lot. Like, I don't know why. I've just not been a guy who like talks online all that often. But I do check in, and I see you guys are the only reason that this whole thing is like being held down. Because people asked for years for me to create a server, and I was like, I don't really use Discord, so there's no way that I could possibly do this. But then you guys started volunteering to be mods, and yeah, you're the only reason that this server can possibly exist. But I do, even though I don't talk on there much because I just don't talk on Discord much, I do check in, I do see what's going on, and I do appreciate all the stuff that the mods do.
Thank you so much on behalf of the mod team. Now I feel like my dad's checking my Discord or my boss. Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah. Anyway, Laika asks, what would your personal Mount Rushmore of fighting games be?
Are we talking characters or are we talking the games themselves?
I think we're talking the games themselves.
Okay.
But
okay.
If we want to do both,
yeah,
we could. But
let's see. It's interesting because our video for the 100,000 subscribers is me listing off my top 100 personal favorite fighting games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll leave off personal favorites because I'll be telling that in the video. But we're going like objectively speaking, like just step back from it, take personal opinions out. What are the three most important ones, or the four most important ones? Street Fighter 2 is obvious. That's indefinite. I would then say Tekken 3, because that game. I know some people might be like, okay, Tekken 3. I've heard that's big. Again, as somebody who grew up in the '90s with fighting games, that thing was everywhere. I heard someone make a joke once that if you were a kid in the '90s, they just mailed you a copy in the mail because it was everywhere. So yeah, Street Fighter 2, Tekken 3. Let's see. Objectively speaking, I'd have to go Mortal Kombat 2 because Mortal Kombat, again, we're talking about like the ones that made that entire franchise blow up. Mortal Kombat 1 was famous for the controversies. Mortal Kombat 2 was the one where everybody was like, oh, okay, we've all fallen in love with the game now.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one, I'm going to go with Virtua Fighter 2 because Virtua Fighter should be represented up there. And this is how you know this is not me pulling personal favorites. I never got into Virtua Fighter. It was never my thing, but I know the importance of it. It is 100% one of the most influential fighting games of all time, especially for competitive scenes, and especially for Virtua Fighter is the fighting game fans' fighting game. It is the one that's like, okay, there's nothing fancy in here. It's just pure fundamentals, but everybody loves that about it. So yeah, those are the four that I would pick.
Okay, and so Street Fighter 2, Tekken 3, MK2, and Virtua Fighter 1?
I'd go Virtua Fighter 2. That's another one that the first one was like, oh, okay, look at these graphics. But the second one was the one where people to this day compete in that thing. That became a religion over in Japan when it dropped.
Really?
Yeah, Virtua Fighter is massive in Japan.
Oh, wow. And I also want to put on the record that when you're talking about MK1, you meant the original MK1, not a...
Oh my gosh, that's the thing we have to think about now. Yes. Yes, that's true. That is, yeah. MK11, not MK12. Yes.
Why couldn't they just call it MK12? Make everything simple.
I've heard the theory. I've heard the theory that people have had that because this is the second MK1, that makes it MK12. So it was them trying to be sneaky and clever about MK12, like a way to like sneak that title in. But I'm sure if you asked Ed Boon that, he'd say yes, but I don't believe it.
That would not surprise me. Ed Boon is how would you phrase this?
I've always said he's a trickster god. he's an amazing personality for the fighting game community. He's very influential. He's done a ton of great work, but he is also that guy. He's kind of like 1970s Stan Lee for anybody who knows their comic book history. He's that guy who will gladly show up to promote stuff no matter what. He will turn something into a promotion however he can, which is one of the reasons Mortal Kombat is so big. That I'm not saying any of this as a negative. You need a salesman. You need some guy who can get butts in the seats, and he has always been a personality for that, and I admire it. But it also means when he comes in there and tells you, oh, people still haven't found all the secrets we put in Mortal Kombat 2, you're lying. They have. You're just trying to get people to talk about Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. And then, oh gosh, I had a follow up. What was it? Oh, it's like the Injustice 3 talks are going on right now online.
Oh, yeah. Whenever he goes on Twitter and is just like, so, would you guys like to see a Marvel versus Capcom fighting game? And suddenly the entire YouTube fighting game landscape goes, is that a thing that's actually happening? Is NetherRealm doing this? Like, no, of course they're not. Nobody within the business world would ever say, oh, we have this big secret deal going on. Let me tease it online on my personal Twitter account before anything is confirmed. But he knows people will talk about it. He knows that will get people to start clamoring for it and start asking for it. And yeah, it's probably one of the reasons why stuff like Injustice is able to even get made is because he is able to tease it and get people talking about.
For clarification, you meant Marvel versus DC, right? Not Capcom.
Oh my gosh, yes, sorry.
No. Capcom's just gonna give NetherRealm.
Yes,
they're gonna have him do the next Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm sure people would love.
Yes,
that.
It's a force of habit.
No, you're good.
I say Marvel versus, and my mouth just forms into that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. All right. Let's see. We got We got a question from Al Spaghetti. What country would you like to see get a new playable Street Fighter character? As in, like, new character.
There's a lot that are not represented and absolutely should be, but honestly, Canada. Because Abigail is not the guy you should have as your representative. Like, there's a guy out there from Canada who I know who has brought up to me before, how come Street Fighter doesn't have any Canadian characters? And when he found out Abigail was from Canada, he was heartbroken. I went, yeah, that should not be your one representative. Canada absolutely should have another character. I think the comics even introduced like this really big lumberjack lady who I think was from Canada. And it's like, all right, yeah, put her in the games. Make her canon. Yeah, Canada is the one that needs it. Like I said, there are other countries that aren't represented yet, but Canada is the one that I can look at and go, oh, you got done dirty. You got one, and it was so bad that you absolutely need another chance in here.
Just for clarification, is this her? Here, I'm sending a picture to you.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rupelmonger. I think that's even his thumbnail there.
I just Googled Street Fighter Lumberjack, and that was like one of the first images. That was not terrible quality.
I remember when she popped up in the comics. I think it was Rupelmonger who did a video time. I was like, all right, could she be a new character? Which they're not going to premiere a brand new character in the comics first. But, yeah, that is the character there.
Yeah, I think her name's Pietra. I think going off.
Maybe I will admit I have not like dedicatedly read the Street Fighter comics in a while.
Neither have I. I tried, and then I have too much on my pull list these days.
Exactly.
Thanks, Marvel, for releasing 5 Ultimate books. Gosh. Yeah, but what about a country that doesn't have a rep yet?
Let's see. A country that doesn't have a rep yet. I think that more countries in Africa need some representation. So I'm trying to think of which one I would want to go with. Because we got Elena from Kenya. But then after that, are there any other ones from any country in Africa? So let's see. Who could we go with then?
I'm looking up a map
Africa
right
could also
now.
be Africa could also be in my mind right now because on the Thorgi's Theater channel we just did International Horror Week, and I wanted to do at least one country from Africa as horror film, and I was looking like, oh my gosh, Africa has way more horror films than I expected them to have. They're having like a horror revolution over there. So let's see. There's South Africa. There's Zimbabwe. There's
Yeah, she's the only one. I sent you a picture of the.
I'm looking at that right now. God damn.
Like it's literally.
I know we just got Tekken just got a brand new character in Madagascar. Oh no, wait. Oh shoot. Minot is from not Italy. Rose is from Italy. Minot is from Egypt. So that's also Africa.
Oh
so
yeah.
that's 2.
Oh, does this not have Street Fighter 6 on there?
I'm looking at it right now. No, it does not appear to have 5 or 6.
Well,
I see Seth on there, so they have 4.
Thanks, right, for lying to me.
Yeah, they're using Birdie's old design, so yeah, that's definitely.
Oh yeah, because I don't see Abigail in Canada, so this has got to be 4.
Also, it's just occurring to me right now that all of South America only has Brazil represented.
Really?
So wow, yeah. I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, wait. Let's see if there's an updated one. Gosh, where the? Let's see, characters. Okay. I can't remember anyone in 5 who's not from Brazil, who's in South America.
Yeah, we haven't got any in 6 yet.
Oh wait, where was Minot from?
Minot's from Egypt.
Egypt. Okay. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I was looking at the Africa list. I'm like, oh, Minot's from Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Manon, and I was so confused because I was like, pretty sure her map was in France or something.
Yes. Okay, yeah. I meant to say Minot. I don't know if I said Manon.
No, you did. My brain just went Street Fighter 6 brain
right.
in me went like, yeah, and then looks like the other ones from Africa are Lita.
Oh, that's got to be like a comic exclusive character. I don't know that one.
Let's see.
Oh, is she one of the dolls? I think she's one of the dolls. Okay.
Yeah. She's like a giant sword or something. Or is that a rocket launcher?
I know the one, yeah.
Okay. And then...
But yeah, looking at the map and now making me realize, oh yeah, it's really only Brazil from South America too. I know they wanted me to give like an actual definitive country, but moving out larger to continents, I just want a different character from Africa and a different character from South America because those 2 continents are being very underrepresented. Wait a minute, is there nobody from Australia? I just realized there's no Australian character either.
Wait, there should.
Okay, yeah, so we need that too.
There's no way they all have someone from Australia. How is that?
It's just occurring to me. I don't think they do.
Wait, let me check. Alexander the Greater.
That's definitely a comic character. That is
grater as in like a cheese grater.
Oh, that might be somebody from oh god, what was the name? Saturday Night Slam Down. Because that's technically within the Street Fighter universe.
Yeah,
and that definitely sounds like a wrestler name.
That's their only Australia character?
Yeah, okay. So again, I know these aren't countries I'm listing off. I'm listing off continents right now. But I'm just like, oh god, that's like nothing. So yeah, any of those 3 continents need more representation.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like I'm looking now, it's like a lot of US, a lot of Asia,
Japan and China.
Japan, China, more accurately.
Yeah.
And a ton of Europe. And then there's no one from... No, I almost asked if there's no one from Korea, and I'm like, oh, Jury.
Jury, but she was the first. And I remember when she got added, there was actually an interview, I believe, with Ono, in which he said, "I can't believe we've never had a South Korean character in here before." And like, yeah, so there's definitely some characters that still to this day is like, wow, still cannot believe that we have not done this.
Yeah. Hopefully we get more countries with like how Street Fighter 6's World Tour mode.
Yeah, the number one thing that Street Fighter 6 needs now is more original characters. Because the characters they brought back are good. I'm totally fine with all the characters they brought back, but the last 2 seasons have not introduced a new character, so that's the number one thing I'd like to see them do for season 4 is like give us like 2 brand new characters in there.
Yeah. What would your ideal season 4 be? Actually, now that we're on that.
Ideal season 4? Yeah. If we had they're only doing 4 characters each season. Mm-hmm. And I said have 2 original characters, but then that only leaves me with 2 characters to bring back. So let's say that they said there are no new original characters. So it's 4 returning characters. Sakura, please. Makoto. I'm not even a big Makoto, I'm not even like a Makoto player, but I know people love that character so much that's like, yeah, just do it. Just bring him back. Then I would love to see Necro come back. I think he is a fun wild card character, so I think that would be great. And then for the final one, it feels so weird to me that nobody from Metro City itself proper is in there yet. So yeah, just bring back Cody, I'd say.
Where's Metro City rep?
It's very weird that it's all set in Metro City, but there's no Metro City characters.
Like, do you think it's because there was a backlash of how many Metro City characters were in 5?
I've had that thought. Because they definitely know that people were not quiet about that, so they definitely know. But by this point, it feels weird that they wouldn't put someone in there. But yeah, I think originally they were just like, okay, people are done with Final Fight, so yeah, don't do that. We'll wait a while. So yeah, they definitely know there was a backlash.
Yeah, even though they made their next game take place in the Final Fight City.
Metro City. Yes.
Which is still crazy to me. Yeah. So, Sakura, Makoto, Necro, and Cody?
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Poison either.
Poison is definitely would be the fan favorite choice. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, honestly, if we get Final Fight, it's probably between Cody and Poison.
Those are definitely the 2. Like, we're not getting Guy. I can tell you that now. We're not getting Kimberly and Guy. Yeah, Same thing goes for Zeku. And then after that, I don't think they're ever going to make Hagar a playable character. Really? If they were, it would be in this game. If they were, it would be in this game. But considering we're only getting 4 characters per season, I wouldn't put Hagar at the top of the characters to possibly put in there. The 2 at the top are definitely Cody and Poison.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I was very surprised. That base roster still confuses me. Well, not confuses me, just interesting. Let's phrase it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess it's also tricky when doing rosters because you want to make sure, because you also have World Tour mode and you have your creative characters, and you want a variety of interesting move sets to give different. Abilities.
The base roster of Street Fighter 6, I definitely believe, was mostly inspired around World Tour mode because they wanted to give everybody that feeling of you're traveling around the world, meaning the original 6, not the original 6, the original World Warriors. Mm-hmm. I definitely believe that was part of the reason for why they chose who they chose.
Yeah, that makes sense because if you tell someone that you can go eat at like Honda's restaurant, people are gonna love that. Or like go
exactly. They want to give people the idea of traveling around the Street Fighter world, but when you stop and think about it, it's like, okay, well, there's not like a lot of famous locations in Street Fighter because there's a lot of like back alleys and military bases, and it's it's not one of those places where you identify the places, you identify the characters. So they would want to get the Street Fighter 2 characters in there to give that feeling off. And then after that, well, that's 8 spots taken up right there in an 18-character roster. And they want to have a bunch of new characters. So if they get like 8 original characters in there, now you've only got like a very small handful of remaining spots. So yeah, it's not the opening roster that I would have wanted for the game, but I understand it. I get why they did what they did.
It makes sense. And if you're going to have one, like, because you also have like some of the new challengers, the new, what was it called? The new challengers? The two, Cammy, DJ.
Yeah, from Street Fighter 2, new challenger. Yeah, so you got to have Cammy in there. You got to have DJ was an interesting choice. I'm glad that they went with DJ, because not even because I like DJ, because he was interesting. He got people talking. And then Jury is the new, if you want your game to sell, you put Jury in it character.
Yeah, you don't want to pull an MK, what was it, MK11 with Melina?
Yeah, everybody kept asking for Melina for the longest time, yeah.
I'm still baffled they waited till the final season to put her in. That baffles my mind.
It's considering how much Mortal Kombat loves its lore, she did technically die in 10, but then again, the whole plot of 11 was time travel with characters from the past coming back. So I was like, all right, that seems like an easy answer there.
Yeah, I mean, they brought Jade back. They brought... Oh, gosh. Who did they all... I don't want to think about MK11. Yeah. Actually, I started to think, I'm like, wait, do we actually want to talk about MK11 here? Yeah. Anyway, we were on this question for a while. Thanks, Al.
I got it off my whole side story.
Whoops. I hope it was entertaining.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We're not boring, are we? I hope not.
Well, that's a whole other problem if we are. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So our next question is still on the topic of fighting game characters. And this is from another mod, Ryan, who asks, which fighting game character is the most like you?
The most like me? Wow. Oh God. God, I'm trying to think of who I made that joke about in the King of Fighters one. I'm blanking on his name all of a sudden. Oh yeah, Ramon. I made the joke about Ramon is like me because he's madly in love with Vanessa. But no. Actually thinking about God. Which fighting game character has the worst sleep schedule? Probably, you know what? Honestly, like, I hate saying it, but probably Shingo, just because he's a fanboy.
I feel like that's half the fighting game, the fan base's answer.
It's like people either hate Shingo or they love him, and they love him because they see themselves in him. Let's see. I'm running down the list of like definitely nobody from Mortal Kombat, definitely nobody from Killer Instinct.
You don't think you're at all like Striker at all?
Like Striker? Oh.
I'm kidding.
Out of all the characters, that's probably the best one you could have chosen for the
Wait,
joke.
actually, I just threw out like a character no one liked.
Let's see. Honestly, kind of, I'd say after World Tour mode, I'm going to say E Honda, and he's not even a character I liked before this, but I was like, you know what? He's just a guy trying to run his business, and he's just trying to get everybody into the stuff that he loves. He's just glad to encourage other people to check out the stuff that he likes. Like, yeah, all right, I can get a little bit of E Honda in there. I see that.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, I have never trapped any of the Discord users in a voice call and rambled about X-Men lore for an hour. No, I would never do that. No, and it was totally not.
Yeah, I mean, there's that moment in there in which he talked about in his World Tour mode where he's talking about seeing online arguments about sumo, and it's like, yeah, that was me with FGC Twitter. Back when I was still on Twitter.
You're still on Twitter?
I still have the account simply because
Oh.
People warned me, do not close the account, because if it's closed, after a while, someone can take your name. And that actually
Oh.
happened. Yeah, that actually happened to one of the artists. The artist who did part 2 of the Street Fighter retrospective, the one with Akuma and Sakuran, they closed out their Twitter account. And when it came time for me to do the final episode of the Street Fighter retrospective, and I was like, all right, let me make sure to link to wherever you can find everybody now, because I know not everybody is where they were back when I started this thing 2 years ago. Let me find their updated addresses. And I checked his Twitter account. It has been taken over by somebody else, and it is like full blown like Nazi stuff that they're posting. They're like, oh God, no. So yeah, I still have a Twitter account, but it's privated, and I haven't posted in a year. So yeah, no.
That makes a lot of sense.
It is solely there just to be like, nobody take this.
Twitter continues to be the worst app ever.
So, and the thing is, like, so many people tell me, well, you need it for business because it opens up these opportunities. And I'm like, there's literally been studies that show 80% of the user base is bots. You are not actually reporting to anybody.
No. Yeah, and you've transferred to Blue Sky, right?
Yeah, that's where I do all my online stuff now.
Yay, segue. Go follow Thorgi on Blue Sky. This is totally natural.
There you go.
Not at all forced. Yeah. Blue Sky is great, actually. I think you gave me an invite back when it was still... Was it private?
Back when it was invite only? Yeah, that's how long I've been on there.
Yeah. Why was it invite only for a bit? Do you know why?
Because if they opened up the floodgates, their servers would not have been able to handle it all.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially after the fall of X, it's gotten a lot bigger, and there's been a lot more demand. Looks like we got on another tangent. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Our next question comes from Sonic21 Blast. What is your favorite and least favorite kinds of candy, sweets, or snacks?
Ooh, favorite kind of candies, I really like peanut M&Ms are like my go-to snack when I need like a sweet snack, because it's got like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of saltiness in there with the peanuts, or not even saltiness, but like just a little bit of like, it's gonna be a weird way to put it, but like protein. It's got some substance in there. It's not just pure chocolate. So yeah, like a lot of stuff with nuts in it. So like Snickers and such, if we're talking candies. But least favorites, I'm trying to think. I don't want to throw out there like those orange circus peanuts, because everybody says that. Like I'm trying to think of like something that's popular that actually, oddly, if you want to be like really contrarian with the whole thing and just get really confusing with it, peanut M&Ms are like my go-to snack that I love. I am not big on normal M&Ms, just the pure chocolate ones. It's just too much chocolate for me. Yeah, the peanuts in there make it are what make it for me. So yeah, if you want to go with like my most mainstream candy that I don't really enjoy, it'd probably just be regular standard M&Ms.
Interesting. What about
like any of the M&Ms with stuff inside? So like peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms, yeah.
Pretzels.
Pretzels, yeah.
What's the
like we're just talking about like snacks. I snack on just pure peanut butter a lot. Like I'll just get like some crackers, just spread some peanut butter in there, just because back when I lost a ton of weight and I was like, okay, I need to get weight back on quick. How do I do that? I was looking up calorie levels of stuff and it was like, oh my God, peanut butter is jam packed. So it became like just my go-to snack ever since then. Like if I just need like something to help fill me up real quick, it's just like, yeah, just get like a spoonful of peanut butter.
Oh, so you wouldn't use like a dip or anything, like a cracker?
Oh, I'll use crackers and stuff. Yeah, I'll use crackers. I'll use a pretzel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that interesting. So a lot of peanuts is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, really? Yeah. If I ever develop an allergy, I'm kind of screwed.
Oh no! Don't jinx it, Professor.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question. I'm a little scared to say this name. From Aura Oh, it's not. Okay, I thought it was Ara. No, it's Ara Aru. Uh, who says, "Thank you for keeping my fighting game Mind Goblin happy with your work. My question
Oh,
is,
thank you.
what skills did you learn from scratch in order to make your videos?"
Which skills? Oh, from scratch. Okay. Uh, that's an interesting question because I would say just Photoshop in general. I learned not Photoshop, like Premiere, like editing software. I'd say that's what I learned, but it's not 100% true because when I was in college, I double majored, and one of my majors was broadcasting. So I
Mm.
learned editing back then, but I learned Final Cut Pro, and then I spent years not being able to use that for anything. Like I was able to use it at my first job when I got out of college. Then that went under, and then I basically just spent years trying to do whatever I could to make a paycheck. And then when I started this, I was like, okay, I can start editing again. I can start using this knowledge that I have again. Except that I wasn't using Final Cut Pro. I was using Adobe Premiere. And I was like, oh, these are different programs. So I like the 100% knowledge that I had of Final Cut Pro only translates to 10% of Adobe Premiere. Not just because they're different programs, but also because it's literally been like 8 years since I last used that program and everything has changed. So I essentially had to relearn it from scratch. But the other one that I will really say is audio stuff. Everything with editing audio and putting in there like audio levels and equalizers and all that stuff, I never learned any of that in college. That was the
Mm.
one thing, like I said, I learned broadcasting, but I learned video editing and I learned camera work. I never learned audio stuff. So that I have had to learn completely from scratch. And to this day, it still is the thing that irritates me the most because it's the thing that I'm the most like, all right, I know this isn't as good as I can possibly get it, but I don't know how to make it better. But I've got it. I have definitely gotten it to a point where I'm happy with what it is. It's just also one of those things where I know if I hand it off to somebody who knew what they were doing and be like, oh, that's the thing I could have done with it. But yeah, that is the thing that I've had to learn the most from scratch is audio stuff.
Hmm. Audio mostly. Our next question comes from. I'm gonna butcher this, and I'm so sorry. Tomas Farina. Um, I'm sorry if I butchered it, but they ask, do you have a small bit of a video that you're particularly proud of?
A small bit of it. I honestly really am happy with in this like the entire Street Fighter retrospective
Mm-hmm.
is probably the thing I'm the most proud of that we've done. But if I had to go like, okay, what part do I like the most? It's the sing long part there in part 6
Mm-hmm.
because when I started talking about Xing Long in part 1, I was writing that script before Street Fighter 6 came out. And it wasn't until I was working on like the alpha video that people started contacting me going, hey, you might want to check out World Tour Mode. There's a thing in World Tour Mode that you might want to see. And yeah, that's when I eventually learned like, oh, Xing Long's in there. And I was like, okay, I'll mention that as it goes on. I'll mention that when we finally get to it. But I didn't know all the links of the Xing Long mythos because like when I got to part talking about Street Fighter 3, I was like, oh yeah, they did tease him for Street Fighter 3 as well. Oh yeah, they teased him for Street Fighter 4 as well. Oh yeah, they revealed him in Street Fighter 5. I was like, oh, this is a perfect thing to lead up to. And the reason why I'm so proud of it is I always watch the chat when we do a live premiere for a video. And I remember watching the chat just blow up at that moment. So that's why I'm particularly proud of it, is because there were some people who had played through World Tour Mode and done all the side stuff, so they knew that I was leading up to Xing Long at that moment. But there were other people in the chat who had never touched World Tour Mode. They had no clue what I was leading up to, and seeing them actually freak out in that moment. That's why I'm so proud of it. I am also genuinely proud of, when it comes to build the roster videos, I don't do this for all of them because it's definitely the thing that takes the longest out of build the roster now. But whenever I do like the little trailer talking about characters, I'm when I introduce the character not just by showing a clip, but like actually having like a little intro, little trailer thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always enjoy doing that. And there's a couple from that not Mortal Kombat. there's a couple from that the Marvel vs. Capcom 4 one that we just did, not the original, but the one we just did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly proud of a lot of the ones that we did in there. What was the one that I did before that? The Godzilla ones were all right. Which the interesting thing was, I was like, I'm not doing that for the Godzilla ones. I'm not doing that for the Godzilla ones. Toho copyright claims everything, so I'd have to like be real careful about that. Also, I've worked so hard on the last builder roster. I'm just gonna take it easy on this one. I'm not doing that. And then I just couldn't do it. I had to. It was like gnawing at me. I had to make the little trailers. I'm pretty happy with how they came out. But what was the one that I did before that I was real happy with?
I'm trying to pull it up right now for you.
The first one that we did that I was really proud of was the little trailers that we did for our 1 year anniversary, the Capcom versus SNK 3 one.
Oh yes,
that was the first time that was the first time that I did that. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. I'm really enjoying doing this. No, wait, that's still Marvel vs. Capcom 4. I'm thinking.
Your one before Marvel vs. Capcom 4 was X-Men.
Oh yeah, that one I did not actually do it for because I'm going to be using a lot of characters. I'm going to be using a lot of characters from the comics only, so I can't do that. I have no clips to use.
Also, thank you for including Armor. She's really cool. As an Armor fan.
That's a character who Marvel has been trying to like make a big thing for a while, but they never put her in anything other than the comics, and just finally put her in a game.
Yeah. Wait,
I know she's like in the new MOBA that they put out.
Yeah, no, she's also in the X-Men anime, I think.
Really? Oh yeah! Wow, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I do too. I remember going to the comic shop I regularly at and talking about like the 3 X-Men shows. 90s Evolution, Wolverine, and the X-Men. And then someone's like, what about the anime? And we just all are like, oh my gosh, we forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a long and then I hope if I'm not gonna say much, but she's awesome in the Ultimate books so far.
Nice.
I can't say much since it's heavily spoiler heavy. The other great thing about those books is it's kind of disconnected from the rest of the Ultimate books. There's still some strings, but it's not like, I can't talk about what I can't talk about what they're doing with Arbor since it's a heavily spoiler. But yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. I cut you off. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I'm good. It's all good.
Okay. And then before X-Men, you did Capcom KOF and Smash.
Oh yeah, Capcom KOF. That one I did little trailers for. I enjoyed that one. The Smash Bros. Let's cut the Smash roster in half. That one I didn't do anything for. But I do remember when we did Sega versus Capcom.
I did took Sega versus Capcom?
Intro. No, not Sega versus Capcom. Sorry, Sega Smash. What if Sakurai made? What if Sakurai made Smash Bros? One thing that I was really proud of was making the fake character reveal little like a new challenger thing for every different generation of that. I was proud of that. But also, originally in that video, none of y'all saw this. But originally in the video, I took the entire intros for each of the different Smash games and made like Sega versions of that using clips from all Sega games and the characters that we were talking about from those time periods in there. And that got copyright claim so fast on YouTube that I went, oh, I literally spent a week on this making sure that looked nice and I can't show it. So if you watch it now, there's only like 10 seconds of each of the Smash Bros. Themes in there. But originally, it was like a minute and a half intro for each game. So yeah, that was something I was proud of that no one has ever seen. But yeah, the little trailer things. When I make the little trailer intro for each character on Build a Roster that I'm proud of, those ones I'm like, yeah, this actually came out cool. I'm really glad that. So that's another. So yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And then just because I know someone's gonna ask this in the Discord again, just let's get this on the right. When's your next Builder roster? Let's get that just on the record. So
Next builder roster is going to be Final Fantasy, which I'm not doing this because they just announced a new mobile Final Fantasy Dissidia. If you follow me on Blue Sky, I've been talking about this all year long. I've been going back through and replaying all the old Final Fantasy games. That's why. It's because I've been filling in all the games that I don't know, so that way I can actually talk about for a builder roster. I've been playing this literally the entire year, and then here at the end of the year, they announced Final Fantasy Dissidia. So I can't say when that's going to be because the first thing that we have to do is the 100,000 celebration. Well, first thing we have to do is Thorgi Ween, but I'm working on that right now. The next thing after that is the 100,000 video celebrating where I count down my top 100 fighting games. Then after that, it's been way too long since we did another fighting game retrospective, especially considering we spent 2 years on just one franchise. So we have Under Night in Birth is the next fighting game retrospective. And then after that, we'll do Final Fantasy build the roster. So I can't give you a month that will be coming out, but the 4th video I have planned now.
No, you're good. I just wanted that on record so people would
no problem.
Not theory. Yeah. Also, I love that you're doing Uni. I love Under Night. So I love Under Night.
That's one I've been meaning to do that for the longest time. I got the commission for the thumbnail so long ago, but the Street Fighter retrospective took like a year longer than I had planned. So when that goes up and I tag the artist, they're going to be very shocked.
I guess who do you main in Uni actually?
Oh geez, I go basic in Uni. I like Hyde. Hyde to me feels incredibly fun to play.
Oh, that game feels very fun. Hyde's a good pick.
But yeah, it's the combat in that game just flows incredibly well and just feels incredibly fun to just hit buttons in. And Hyde is like, because he is the right down the middle character for that game, he's the pro tag character. He just kind of there's nothing unique I have to learn about that. He's just like straight down the middle and fun. So yeah, that's why I go with that guy.
I respect that pick. I play I can't remember how to pronounce her name. Nanase? Girl with the giant wind sword. Yeah, she's a lot of fun. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by Uni talk. I'm sorry. I heard Uni and I perked up. I'm like I'm just glad you haven't mentioned BlazBlue Cross Tag yet. That would cause a whole other ramble. Okay. Our next question is, what is the most difficult process when making a roster? This is from Tiger God.
The most difficult part is always when I get to like the last couple characters and I went, oh God, now it gets tough. Because coming up with the roster size is typically not that hard. Typically I have something to base it on. I always make the joke about like the equation that I use to put everything together. But typically there is like a guide on the size of it. Then after that, the first couple characters are always easy because it's the ones you would most expect. Then you gotta fit in there the characters that are the most in different play styles, make sure that each play style gets represented. But it always gets down to the very end where there's only like 2 or 3 spots left. And I've got like 6 characters left I want to put in there. That is always the hardest part, is that there will always be those final couple characters that I'll have to stop and think like, okay, is there any way that I can maybe like cheat them into the game? Is there any which that happened in the very first episode. In the very first episode, when you watch our original builder roster, and I was like, man, I can't fit in here all the characters that I want. Wait, what if I cheat and I say that we're going to have Echo fighters in there? We're going to have those characters that play just like them. And so that's literally why that happened in there. But yeah, so it's always just at the end. Every video, the only video it's never happened on, the only one it never happened on, ironically, was the last one we did on Godzilla.
Really?
Because there's not nearly enough Godzilla characters as you might think. So when it got to the end, I was like, oh wow, this actually fits perfectly. I got every character I wanted in here. It fit exactly into the amount of slots that I gave myself. But that's, in doing this for 5 years, that's the only video I've ever done where I was like, everything worked out. No, there's always the characters that's like, God, I want to include them, but I just can't.
Yeah. Thank you, DLC.
Yes, that was one of the reasons why I started doing DLC and Builder Roster. I didn't originally do that, but everybody kept talking in the videos about like, how come you didn't include this? How come you didn't include that? And in my mind, many of the characters they would list off, I would always be like, well, because I think they'd be good as DLC. In my mind, I've already included them as DLC, and then eventually I realized if in my mind I'm already going to say they should be DLC, I should just put that in the video. I should just tell people who the DLC is that I have planned, rather than just leaving that in my mind. So yeah, that's definitely the hardest part.
Yeah, that may. I feel like that's the hardest part for everyone. That's a good answer. Gosh, I just lost my questions. Okay.
Oh no.
I found it. All right.
Oh good.
Our next question is from another day one mod.
Wow.
Lucille. And she asks, how heavily do you script your videos? Like, obviously they're pretty big scripted, but when it comes to recording, do you give yourself room to change the wording, line, or even add or take away from the script? Or do you already have it pretty worked out?
That's yes and no. It is a very good question. Yes and no. I have them all heavily scripted out. I follow the script precisely, exactly. And then when I am done recording and I am done editing everything, I go back and add a bunch of other stuff that's like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. I should have said that instead. Okay, now I have to change this. Yeah, if you look at the audio files for each video, I will always have the first one that I make, I will always put a 1 at the end. So if I do like Marvel vs. Capcom 4, it'll be Marvel vs. Capcom 4 Build a Roster 1. And then every time that I have to go back and add something onto it, I'll call it Marvel vs. Capcom 4 Build a Roster Add-on 1. And those add-ons will be any time that I have to go back in there and either I didn't like what I said, sometimes it's just a technical issue. Maybe sometimes it just didn't pick me up. But most of the time it's, I don't like how I phrased that. I don't like what I said in there. I have to go back in and change that. And I don't have it in front of me right now, but I know for like, I don't remember which video it was, but the biggest one we ever did, I got, like I said, whenever I have to go back in there and add something in, I always label it add-on 1. And then when I have to do it again, I label it add-on 2. On average, each video will have about 5 different add-ons, but the most I've ever done was like 12. I don't even remember what video that was for, but there was one video where by the end, the thing that you guys got on YouTube, half of it was not in the script. So I don't leave myself room to change anything, but then I change everything anyways. If that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so gosh, how many audio files do you have at this point? Do you have like
I cleaned up my PC recently and I deleted a bunch of old videos that were on there. I was like, all right, that's gonna clean up this entire drive. And I deleted so many of the videos, so many of the things. I saved them all on external hard drives, obviously, so that way they're still present. But yeah, I deleted them off the main computer and went, that's gonna clean up so much space. And then I cleaned it up, I went, oh my god, that cleaned up no space. Why not? And then I actually did like the breakdown to show where all the files were. Like half my files on my computer are audio files. I went, oh, I need to clear those out. And it was all just me going in there and going, okay, here's me redoing this, redoing that. Yeah. It was all just audio files for the show. And it was making up like half the space on my computer.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is crazy. All right. That is crazy. All right. Our next question is from Amethyst Orion, also known as Topaz. I believe, actually, make sure I didn't just stick my foot in my mouth. I'm pretty sure this is Topaz. Yes, it is. Okay. Because they have 2 different names in the server. So they ask, how many iterations or drafts of a roster do you usually make for a build a roster episode?
I'd say I only do the 1, but that's because I wouldn't say like I make like different iterations of it. Mm-hmm. I will come up with the spaces in there and start filling them out, but I will fill out a list of all the contenders for the roster first. So, and then I start choosing from there. So it's not like I come up with different incarnations of the roster. I just put in there every character I possibly could want, and then I start one by one taking them out or adding them in. So yeah, it's not really different it's not really different versions of a roster that I come up with. It's more just, like when you're in school and everybody's just lined up and you're just going, all right, I'll take this person, I'll take that person. That's kind of how it is. Yeah, that's sort of how I do it.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people in the server did it. Yeah. All right. The next question. I just lost it. Gosh darn it. Let's see. This one's from Death Alchemist. You said you worked at a comic shop before. Do you have any particularly funny or memorable stories from that time that just stick in your mind?
Ooh, I do have one story that is memorable. We have that comic shop had a warehouse where it kept all of its overstock, and every now and again we would do a big sale at the warehouse where because we're like, all right, we got too much stuff, so we're just gonna have a big discount here. Everybody has to come to the warehouse, not to the store. You gotta go to the warehouse itself. So I had to go in there one time for it, and it was in the middle of winter, and there was no heating in there, and it was freezing, and I have bad circulation. Like, anybody who's ever met me in winter, I'm wearing gloves all the time because I just can't, like, my hands crack and just start bleeding everywhere because I freeze up in winter. So I was just dying there the whole time, and then I got my lunch break, and so I was like, all right, great, I'm gonna go to the Dunkin' Donuts and just get myself a coffee, a tea, just something hot. So I had to trudge through all this snow. It was like an actual blizzard outside. And I just had to trudge through the snow, went there, got my coffee, sat there, just drank it. I was like, oh, okay, let me go back there, just trudge through, just had to make my way back through. And then I got back there, and everybody now had donuts and coffee there.
No.
And they went, hey, you're not going to believe it. The guy who played the Flash in the old Flash TV show heard we were doing the sale and decided to stop by with all these donuts and coffee. Here, look at the photos we got of him. That literally happened. Like, I would have to, like, they were Dunkin' Donuts coffee too, which means I literally had to have walked past him in the blizzard in order to get to, like, we just crossed each other. And I grew up with that. I don't remember the actor's name. It wasn't Gus, what's his face. It was the guy who played his dad in Jake Garrick. The guy who played the original Flash.
I'm looking up his name. Yeah. John Wesley Snipe?
I think that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is him.
Yeah. Yeah. But apparently they were like, yeah, he just stopped by and with coffee for everybody. And look at all these photos we took with him. So they had proof. This was not like some big hoax they pull on me. Like, nope, that's them standing next to him, wearing the exact clothes that they're wearing right now. This totally happened.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's the story that I have that I remember the most. At least, okay, that's the story I remember the most that I can tell you. There's other things that's like, no, I'd probably have to talk to a lawyer before I can say some of these stories.
No, I completely get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Did you at least get to meet him, or was he just gone?
No, he was gone.
No!
He was just gone by the time I got there.
And you haven't met him since.
I will say this. I cannot... this is probably the most, in-depth story I can reveal without naming where it was or anybody involved. But we used to have a marketing guy who worked for us. And this guy knew nothing about comics. He just knew about marketing, and he wasn't even that good at that. And one day, George Lucas decided to stop by.
No!
And we cleared out the entire store. It was like everybody out. He gets the shop to himself, and none of you employees talk to him because I know you're all going to freak out about this. You're all going to nerd out. No, we need somebody professional. So they got the marketing guy to show him around. The marketing guy had never seen Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
And we were all listening to the conversation they were having. And he has no idea who George Lucas is. Are you kidding me?
Oh my
that's probably the most in-depth story I can tell about the most inside baseball story I can tell.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're
about
good.
It.
Your comic shop is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
It was a pretty decent sized store, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask any further questions about that. I was just like...
If I get into more details, I'll probably start
I'm not going
to... and revealing where it was, yeah.
No, you're good. I totally get it. I have family who works in uh, industries where secrecy is like really important. So
Yeah.
I told. Uh, so I'm not going to ask any more details. No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, that is George Lucas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I was working in the back because it was like the day that we get supplies for new comics. So I was in the back room, just like
Mm,
filing stuff away. And every now and again, I would just like crack the door open and peek my eye out, and I'd see him walking around, and I'd see our marketing guy like there, and I'd hear him like, does he know anything about this? And then afterwards, I talked to the other employees who were there, like on the floor, who were not allowed to interact with George Lucas, and they were like, our marketing guy doesn't know what Star Wars is. It could not
oh,
be more obvious.
yeah. Was it like good he doesn't know Star Wars, or is it like bad he doesn't know Star Wars? Thorgi, I think you just cut out on me. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, you're back. You're back. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I got a
back.
phone call from my cable company right now, so maybe my internet's going to come back on soon. Yeah, for anybody out there who's wondering, like, why do you sound like this right now? My internet went out literally an hour before we had to do this interview, so I'm doing this on my phone.
Yeah,
Um, but yes, but yeah, so maybe George Lucas actually walked away from that like, oh my God, finally somebody who doesn't know who I am. I
yeah,
got to be a normal person for 10 minutes. Uh,
yeah. I'm sure, like when you're that famous, it's gotta be nice having someone who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we just hit 100,000, and I am so happy about that. I love that that happened. But there are people out there who's like, man, you're gonna hit 1 million at one point. It's like, first off, no fighting game YouTuber outside of Max is going to hit 1 million. That's just not gonna happen. We're not a big enough community. But also, I don't want to hit 1 million. That sounds like a nightmare. The day that I go outside and random people everywhere are like saying hi to me, like I went to Evo last year for the first time, and people recognized me. It's like, oh, that's great. That felt so good. Meeting people there who knew who I was, that was great. But if I go to the grocery store and someone recognized me, that's a nightmare. That sounds horrible to me.
Yeah, that does not sound like fun. Uh,
That being said, if anybody out there listening to this ever does see me and you want to say hi, don't let what I just said like scare you off from that. Feel free to say hi.
yeah, long as it's
I'm
not.
just saying the day that becomes a daily occurrence is a problem.
Yeah, long as it's not. Did you watch the Hawkeye TV show? At all?
Yes.
So you know the scene I'm going to
Yeah.
bring up with the bathroom. Long as not like.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Please remember your manners. Yeah, but yeah.
Mm.
Making like a reference to like a C tier Marvel show. Gosh, sorry. Uh, our next question is about magic.
Okay.
Yeah. It's from, gosh, I've never said this person's name out loud. Open your eels for the next feels asks.
Oh, I know them. They've been around for a while.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think they submitted some Q&As back like long time ago, so I know the name. I've definitely said that name before.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to you, Open. They ask, what are your thoughts on the recently released Spider-Man / upcoming Marvel Superheroes Magic the Gathering sets?
Okay. For the people out there who don't play Magic, I'll give you like a little bit of an info on what's going on in here. Magic for 30 years was its own original property. Then they started doing crossovers. The crossovers were incredibly successful. So now they've decided half of all their releases are going to be crossovers. And of course, like the old school Magic fans are not that happy with it. Listen, we do build a roster on here. I like the idea of Magic doing crossover stuff. In fact, I've even said if I ever started up like a card game channel, I'd have a show where we just like pitch how would you interpret this character into Magic. So I like the idea. I don't like that it's half of Magic now. So that already is like, this is weird. That's too much. I'm not enjoying that. But for anybody who doesn't play Magic, and it's like, okay, well, what's up with the Spider-Man set? The Spider-Man set was not planned to be a full set. It was planned to be like a mini set with like only 60 cards. They did that exact same thing with Assassin's Creed. The Assassin's Creed set was not met well because it was only 60 cards and it still cost a ton because it was a crossover property. And you'd buy a pack of cards that would only come with like 5 cards in there rather than 15
What?
like normal. Yeah, if people didn't like it. And Spider-Man was going to be the exact same thing. But people hated the Assassin's Creed set so much that Magic had to go, oh crap. All right, let's figure out how to make this work. And also, Magic has many different formats. The most popular of which is called Commander. And Commander, every card is legal. It's just for fun. It's like a multiplayer format. The entire point of it is basically just to have goofy fun with your friends. So it's not serious at all. The serious format is Standard. That's where it's only cards that are released within like the last 3 years. And it's the one which like it's one-on-one. There's tournaments for it. And Universe Beyond stuff was originally not in Standard because there's too many X factors. You can't figure that out. Like you don't know what cards you can use because of legal stuff. You don't know how much you'll have to charge because of legal stuff. So they weren't going to put that in Standard. But because the Universe Beyond sets are selling so well, they decided that now the Universe Beyond stuff is in Standard. And Spider-Man is like the second set they've done that's legal in the competitive format. So what happened is they took a set that was only going to be like 60 cards and was going to only be legal in Commander. And they said, oh crap, we have to now turn this into a 200 card set. And we also have to make it competitively viable. And it was just a mess. Like there's some good cards in there, but the majority of it is like, oh, you just had to come up with something on the fly. Like you guys had to pull like multiple late night shifts trying to make sure you could get this many cards. And they don't even play that well together because you didn't have time to test all this. This does not work out. But the worst part is they have the physical cards, but they also have the digital cards. Like there's a game called Magic the Gathering Arena, which that's if you want to play the game digitally, that's how you do it. They were in such a race. The Universe Beyond things were selling so quickly. The crossover cards were selling so well that they started scooping up every property they could so quickly. They didn't stop to check and make sure they had the legal rights for everything they needed. So they got the legal rights to make Marvel cards physically, not digitally. But now these cards are in Standard, which is the competitive format. So they had to come up with original characters for every single Spider-Man card that were legally distinct just for online. So, in other words, the Spider-Man cards, half of them are not really good. The whole set as a whole does not play well together. And also, you can't play it online. They had to come up with legally distinct versions of all these characters in there. So the whole thing has been a train wreck. And now, because they entered into a multi-year-long format with Marvel, because they signed a contract for several years of this. So now, next year, we have Marvel Superheroes is the set that's coming out. And a lot of people are worried it's going to be the same thing. And on the one hand, I am kind of worried about because, A, they still don't have the digital right, so it's got to be very weird. Secondly, there's a particular type of card in Magic called legendary cards, and that is like a character. That's not like some random soldier or a random goblin or a dragon. That is a named character. And legendary cards have their own unique set of rules. And because it's based on Marvel, almost every card is legendary, and that in its mere DNA is a bad idea for a set. However, this set that's coming up next year was always planned to be a full set, and they've had more time to work with it than they did with the Spider-Man one. So it's not going to be a train wreck like that. It's not going to be a massive train wreck like the Spider-Man one was. But there are some things in the mere DNA of doing a Marvel set, like way too many legendaries, stuff like that. That's like, all right, I don't know about that. However, that being said, I am a big Spider-Man fan. So when they started revealing these cards, I looked at them and I went, that card seems horrible. That is a bad card for this game. I would not want to play that. But as somebody who knows who that character is, that's a very deep lore pull, and you actually interpreted them well. So I gotta give you applause on that. Good job on that. So So that's the long answer for that one, but there you go.
Yeah, no, you're good. Do you have like an example of one of those one of those cards, like for like an example where it's
Like one that's like a good pull.
like
Let
like
me
what
think.
you're talking about, like when you're saying like like a good deep pull that who's isn't great in the game.
I would say there's a lot of okay, so there's a type of card in Magic called Sagas, where it's a card that sticks around for 3 turns. Each turn does something new, and the idea of it is that it tells the story. They made 5 different ones for the Spider-Man set that were each famous Spider-Man storylines. There's one that was, I don't have it in front of me, so I can't look at it right now, but it was the Clone Saga. And I looked at it and went, oh, every single step in that, each of the 3 effects in there, I know exactly what they're referencing. That's great. I'm never going to play that, though. That feels like it's just too long of a thing to do, not something that great. Trying to think of one. Oh, I know. Okay, here's the real deep pull one that I actually looked at and went, that's actually brilliant. They made a Superior Foes of Spider-Man card.
Yeah.
And for anybody who knows that comic, it was like a comic that ran like 10 years ago, went for like 18 issues. It's one of the best comedy series I've ever read. Like, it is not a serious series. It's about Spider-Man's D-list villains.
Yeah, that's
all forming a team together. And
Nick
the series is hilarious.
Is that Nick Spencer's run? I think his name.
Yeah,
is?
Nick Spencer did that. Yeah, Nick Spencer did that one. It was this hilarious comic. Yeah, it's one of my favorite comedy books ever, and it's just about his D-list villains. The effect on the Superior Foes of Spider-Man card is that whenever, I don't have it right in front of me, so I can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
but essentially, whenever whenever you do something, you get to remove the top card of your deck from the game. And as long as that card is removed like that, you can play it, unless you play something that has a cost of 4 or greater. And the reason why I like that is because it does 2 things. One, the Superior Foes of Spider-Man were all losers. They were like low-class characters. So the fact that if you play something that's too powerful, you lose the ability. So it's like, all right, I get that. But also, if you play something that's too powerful, it removes the previous card that you had that you could play. And I was like, that entire team was backstabbing each other. That entire team was constantly backstabbing each other. So in other words, if you play a good character, it backstabs the character you already had and you can no longer play it. It's like, that's genius. That is actually like, you understood the assignment. But I'm not playing that card. It is too many steps for something that's not good.
Ooh. Yeah, I actually have the card pulled up. It's fire?
Yeah. There's 5 colors in there, so it's red. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I did expect it to be red.
Red is like impulse. So it's, I get that. They're like a bunch of harebrained characters who are constantly running all over the place. Like, yeah, all right, I get that.
Okay. I think I'm like, I haven't played Magic since I was like 13. I just am locked because like I went to church camp and we all secretly played Magic behind the counselor's back, and
nice.
That's where I learned to play Magic. I just remember one of the Magic players would always use a black zombie deck. So I just always tied like black to like the undead. And like necromancy and stuff like that. So I guess it's a bit there's a call to action to play Magic, y'all. It's fun. Also, I was looking up the other Universe Beyond sets. There's Hatsune Miku cards now.
Kind of. That is, Magic will do this thing on their website only called Secret Layer. And what Secret Layers are, they're special art cards that you can only get there on their website and only for a limited amount of time. The Hatsune Miku cards were those, and they're not original cards. Each Hatsune Miku card was a pre-existing Magic card that they just slapped Hatsune Miku's face on there. Like, if you look at the cards, underneath Hatsune Miku's name, you'll see another name of something. That's the card that's just, that's the original Magic card that slapped its name on.
That makes sense. Okay.
Which I'll say, there are a lot of people out there who don't like the Universe Beyond sets, and I get it, because like I said, it's now half of Magic, and I get people like, I like this thing, why are you taking that away? But there are some people who get mad at like the secret layer ones that do this. I'm like, dude, that's a pre-existing Magic card. They didn't even make an original one. It's a pre-existing thing. You can only get it on the website. That is not a problem. Like, I have zero problem with that. Like, they did SpongeBob cards that were just pre-existing Magic cards with SpongeBob art slapped on. And I was like, why are you people getting mad about this? That is literally just like if they did a whole SpongeBob set, I can understand that's like, this is not the thing that I'm into. It's taking up all the time. It's like, no, this is just a pre-existing Magic card that they just put SpongeBob on. It's fine.
I can't escape this yellow sponge creature. SpongeBob got Magic cards, huh?
Yeah, it's like I said, they are grabbing up every property they can right now. It is wild.
Yeah, they just did Final Fantasy, right?
They did Final Fantasy, which that one was their most successful set ever. Before this, their most successful set ever was Lord of the Rings, which that was like the first. That was the first thing they ever did as a full Universe Beyond set, and it sold so well that that's the reason why they said half of all our sets now are going to be Universe Beyond, because Lord of the Rings sold that well. They did an interview in which they said it took 6 days for Lord of the Rings to make $200 million. The Final Fantasy set made $200 million on day one. It's the most... They literally said before the set even came out, it was already their highest selling set ever, just from pre-orders. And yeah, I'll admit, the Final Fantasy set is great. Like, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, it's amazing, deep pulls, great artwork on there, but also it's just a well-playing set. Like, if you just want to buy the Final Fantasy cards just to get into the game, it does that very well. You can learn the game from those cards. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I remember watching tons of like card openings back when the Final Fantasy came out.
That was crazy because, like, I don't have any problem with people doing card opening videos. That's totally fine. But I would see somebody pop up on my homepage doing a card opening. And I was like, I've never seen you before. And I would click on their channel, and they're not a Magic the Gathering YouTuber, and they're also not a Final Fantasy YouTuber. They're just people who are like, this is popular. I'm going to make a video opening this. I was like, dude, these cards are going for a ton of money right now. Do not spend the money to try and chase this dragon. Only do it if you want to play the game.
I remember. Who was it? There's some content creator I watched who was like hated RPGs growing up, and then they played. Then one of their friends made them start playing Final Fantasy, and they started falling in love with the genre.
Yeah.
And then they'll have like, they do try and beat each game in one sitting. I'm trying to remember who this is. If someone's gonna call me out on who this is, but
is it Connor something?
Yeah, you're right.
Connor Dog.
Sea Dog.
Yeah. Okay, because I just started watching him too recently because he did a Final Fantasy video in which he was like, I'm going to play it all in one sitting. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to remember. I think it was his friend Iron Mouse who made him play through
Iron Mouse, yeah.
Yeah, and then he recently did Tactics with another... this is a content creator I really like, Pete something. I'm trying to remember what his handle is, but the two of them have been opening cards on Twitch recently for Final Fantasy because I think Pete plays, and Connor's just now getting to Final Fantasy, and he's done some card openings for sponsorships before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just started watching his stuff too recently.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Yeah, that guy, I was like, okay, at least you've been doing the Final Fantasy stuff. And also, it's like, I'm not telling anybody you have to be a Final Fantasy fan to play the Final Fantasy set, but one thing, if you want to just do a card opening video, it's like, I would prefer if you didn't do this because it's hard to find some of these cards, and I know it's because everybody is gold rushing this. Everybody is racing to it, which I'll say, okay, if anybody wants to know more about the Spider-Man set that's coming out, there are two different kinds of packs that you can buy for Magic. There's the play boosters, which that's the regular. You get like 15 normal cards in there. There's commons, uncommons, rares. Then there's called collector packs, and those are the expensive ones because it's full of special art. You get like 5 rares in there. It's there for the people who just are like, I just want to get pretty art on the cards.
Me.
The collector ones for the Final Fantasy set started going for like 4 times the asking price because everybody was hunting them down. When the Spider-Man set came out, stores tried to do the same thing. Stores tried to sell the Spider-Man collector packs for like 4 times the price, then for double the price, then for the asking price. And the last I checked, somebody was selling a box of the Spider-Man ones for $100 below asking price. They are not selling. The Spider-Man set has been like a flop.
Dang.
And the next set they're doing is Avatar the Last Airbender. I was like, that one, okay, that one's gonna sell. There's an overlap of Magic and Avatar fans. That one's going to sell. Those boxes just went on sale. I've been following the prices. I'm not going to buy any of the big like $500 collector packs, or collector boxes, I should say. I'm not buying those. I don't have $500 to spend on that. But I was looking at those prices, and I was like, all right, these are going to skyrocket just like the Final Fantasy ones. And I've been watching them, for about a week, and they're staying normal. So I think the Final Fantasy Gold Rush has like worn off, which I'm happy to see.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that's like, okay, if you want to buy these cards, you don't have to go like find some guy on eBay selling it for 4 times the price.
Yeah. It's still... Avatar is going to be big, but it's not going to be as big as Final Fantasy, I don't think.
Final Fantasy is the biggest they're ever going to do. Like, I cannot see anything being bigger than that.
I can't see.
Not even just because of the popularity of Final Fantasy, but just because of, the bubble of it all. Like, numbers cannot go up forever. And when you get to a point where you're making 200 million in a day, like, no, you're not going to get higher than that.
No. Yeah, there's not really another franchise that... Because Magic... It's like Magic Lord of the Rings makes sense. They go hand in hand. Spider-Man doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm gonna be
significantly
honest.
Less so, yeah.
Yeah. The Final Fantasy, I'd argue, makes the most sense out of any theme out there.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it's one of those things where even if you don't play Magic and you're just a Final Fantasy fan, there's it was all original art. All the artwork on these like 300 cards was brand new. So if you're like, I love Final Fantasy IV, I haven't gotten anything new from Final Fantasy IV in 2 decades now. Oh, look at this. Brand new, really gorgeous artwork of my favorite characters on this card. I'm going to get that. Whereas with like Spider-Man and Marvel, I've said this from the beginning. If you're a Final Fantasy fan and you want brand new original art of Final Fantasy, man, this Magic set is a dream for you. It's exactly what you want. If you're a Spider-Man fan and you want brand new original art of Spider-Man, it's called Spider-Man. It comes out every single week in the comic book store. You are in no shortage of that.
Yeah, but Thorgi, those comics aren't good.
That's Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, and I haven't read Spider-Man in like a decade because eventually I just got to the point which is like, I haven't liked this book in a while, but I still followed the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I go in Comic Book Roundup. Comic Book Roundup is where I check like, okay, what books are being reviewed well? And if the book is being reviewed well, it's got a green color on. If it's being reviewed just it's got a yellow. If it's being reviewed poorly, it's got a red. I don't think in the past 10 years, Spider-Man has averaged more than a yellow for every issue. Like, there's a couple that will get to green, but then a couple that will get down to red. It is almost entirely yellow. Like, yeah, man, the Spider-Man books, and it's not the writers. I'll just say this. Everybody keeps going like, oh, they keep putting bad writers on there. It's like, no. I know the writers who are on there.
Yeah.
They're all great. They're some of the best writers out there. They keep putting amazing writers on there. The editor has been the same dude for decades now. It is not hard to see like what the problem is.
Yeah, praying for his retirement. Well, okay, but that's bad.
Yeah.
No. Or maybe just a different editor.
Well, put him on a different book. That's it.
Well, I don't want. Maybe away from X-Men. Maybe. Maybe not X-Men. Personally, but. Yeah, maybe a different book he'd be better for.
Put him on like Punisher. You can do anything you want with Punisher, and the fans will still read it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, you can do it. Yeah, Punisher fans will read it. Will they like it? Maybe. Not Daredevil. Please keep him far away
No,
from Daredevil. Daredevil's had the most consistent good books for a while now.
it's genuinely stunning.
Yeah.
I think he had like one bad run in the last like 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And that was after 2 amazing runs. And it's like, yeah, all right, it just had to happen eventually.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Like, oh, it's gonna happen eventually. Yeah. It's just like Daredevil's been shockingly great quality. I'm trying to remember if there's any, because you have those characters who are popular enough to always have a book on shelves, but they're not to the point where it's like Spider-Man, where it's like, oh, you need to write it this way. And Daredevil fits very nicely into that category. He's getting up there. He's getting close.
There's an old saying: amazing things happen when no one's looking. And Daredevil has always been just popular enough that people will read his books, but not popular enough that someone at the top has to be like, we have to maintain this. Like, he's just unpopular enough that the writers are allowed to experiment and do whatever they want with him.
Yeah.
And that's the exact sweet spot that you want.
Oh yeah. Who else did you put in that category from either company or just comics in general?
The one that I always think about is Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing has always been that character. Yeah, Swamp Thing has always been that character that's like, people know him, and he can get a book, and that book will last, but nobody out there has ever been like, okay, well, we have to maintain this. So you can just put the weirdest and trippiest writers that you want on there, and they'll experiment and get wild with it. I mean, that's entirely what happened with Alan Moore in the first place when he made Swamp Thing great to begin with. People were like, he's a big creepy monster. Just make a big creepy monster book. And then Alan Moore was like, I'm going to get as psychedelic with this as I can and make stories about the soul and good and evil. And yeah, just blew people's minds. So Swamp Thing's always the character I go to for that.
That's why I never thought about for that category. Maybe because I just never really read Swamp Thing, but that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got really distracted.
We did. That's as far off as we've gone yet. Yeah. What are the next questions?
Yeah, sorry about that. Let me pull it up. Because I got so distracted looking at magic sets. That was Open's question. Our next question is from JCog. What Capcom and Marvel character pair do you think would be the most interesting to see interact?
Honestly, we were just talking about them, but Daredevil and Phoenix Wright make a ton of sense. Yeah, I mean, just simply because they're lawyers. Trying to think of like what would be a fun one. Let's see. Who would be a fun like Daredevil and Phoenix Wright have always been my go-to answer, but because it's my go-to answer, I'm like, no, let me try and get more creative with this. Let me think of like who do I not normally go with.
Do you want me to like the list off a random?
Oh wait, Blade and Dante.
Oh yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That Blade and Dante are so cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just cool.
They're just
you don't need more than that.
Yeah. Apparently, Marvel Studios doesn't understand that with Blade though for some reason.
Well, I get okay. Not to get off on another tangent here, but I know what's up with Blade. It's that not to like put all this on Martin Scorsese, but like that's like a microcosm. Like when Martin Scorsese is like, no, the comic book movies, I don't care about them. They're just thrill rides. They don't mean anything. Like I'm not saying it was just him saying that, but that was like a microcosm of something that people have been saying for a while. And so when he said that, it kind of started blowing up, and everybody was talking about. And I definitely feel like that combined with like Black Panther proving, oh, we can make a story that's about like bigger themes and bigger issues, and we can have it be this big emotional thing. It feels like for the past like 4 years, the MCU has like desperately been like, we have to make sure that our stories are about bigger issues and more important things. And Blade is just a guy who kills vampires. That's it. It's just a guy who just goes in, kills vampires. And I think that they are paranoid of like, well, we don't just want to make that. We don't want people to look at Blade and be like, this is just a dumb action film of a guy killing vampires. And because of that, they have had no idea what they actually want to do with the character. And I'm just like, if there's any character out there who you could just have an hour and a half of killing vampires, it's Blade, and people would be happy with it.
Yeah.
I've been saying for the longest time, the plot of the Blade movie is just the raid. Just watch the raid and then do that with vampires. Blade goes into an apartment complex. It's full of vampires. He goes from the bottom floor to the top floor. You don't even need dialogue. In fact, if you did have dialogue, people would probably say this is artsy and applaud it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, I mean, Laika, actually, she made me watch The Raid, like, I think a year ago now. That movie was really good. And I watched it, I'm just like, this is just Dredd from 2011.
That's what everybody was saying when Dredd came out. They're like, this is just The Raid.
But like,
yeah, it's the same thing.
I didn't dislike that. Like, it made sense.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, yeah, just do that with Blade.
That's a compliment.
Just have it, instead of being like a really tall building, be like catacombs or some kind of
Dracula's castle.
Yeah, Dracula's castle, or like a maze underneath an old church, or like a castle. Yeah, just
the Paris catacombs. Yeah, something.
Yeah. Would you just have Blade in that movie, or would you like? What was that guy? Who they include in Eternals? Is that Black Knight?
Oh, Black Knight?
Yeah.
I will admit, Eternals is one of the only ones I haven't seen. There's like maybe like 3 or 4 Marvel films I haven't seen. And Eternals was one because I saw those reviews and I was like, skip this one. I'll wait until it comes out in video. And I just have never gotten back to it.
Yeah, I watched that movie. I can't remember a single thing about it. I'm gonna be so honest.
Yeah, I watched that Marvel Zombies series that went up recently.
Yeah,
and early on in there, there's a shot of Icarus from in there, and I looked at him going, "Who the hell is that?" And right,
yeah,
they did that movie. I forgot.
Yeah, everyone else did too.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Zombies, by the way?
I thought it was all right. It's weird that they wanted to do like the entire Marvel universe, but at the same time, it's like, well, you don't have like when they did Civil War and everybody was like, this should be like the entire Marvel universe going head to head. It was like, if you do that, then you can't keep up with all the characters and all their individual stories. I think what they did in Civil War is just fine for that size. With Marvel Zombies, you kind of need to be like the Legions of the Undead with Marvel. And I was like, I kind of wish they went a little bit bigger with it. But I did like it. I did still like it. I thought the final episode was great. The episodes right before that, I was like, it's okay. Like, it's very all right. It does kind of point out their problem with Blade, though, because I kept thinking about how this show had to be in the works for years, and Blade pops up in there, and all I could think was, man, y'all really thought that Blade movie was about to come out. Like, you were positive this thing comes out on this date, so make sure that you include him, and now that is now his technical first appearance in the MCU.
Yeah. I think that there's an interview with one of the directors who's like, we thought the Blade movie was going to come out like before our show. So, yeah.
But yeah, I did like it. I didn't love it, but I did like it.
Yeah. I was surprised they made Kamala the pro tag. I'm glad. I love Kamala, but
I love Kamala too. Yeah. Except that I do not like her MCU powers.
No, I don't.
And every time that she used those powers in there, I was like, oh yeah, right. But yeah, I do like the character's great no matter what.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the character is awesome. Like, I love the actress, but like the one thing stopping me from watching her solo show is just the powers. Just, it bothers me as like as a massive Miss Marvel fan, and as someone who like the Champions is like in my top maybe 4 hero teams in comics. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. I can't explain.
Yeah.
It just does.
Oh no, I understand. It feels it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it just
like it feels like it's a corporate decision. So when you see it, you can like picture like, I don't mean you actually picture it, but somewhere in the back of your mind, there's that voice going, "This was made in a boardroom. This was made by a bunch of guys in suits who did not want to have the accurate thing in the comics."
Exactly. I'm
Yeah,
hoping that they give her normal powers in like on the upcoming, like in like Secret Wars or Doomsday. But
something. Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about those movies.
I it's here's the thing going on with the MCU right now. When COVID hit, like everybody's like, "What happened to the MCU? Why is everything going downhill?" It's like, I'll tell you the exact reason why. COVID hit, they no longer had people going into theaters, so all of Disney's investors were nervous. So they had to make the investors happy. So rather than coming in there and going, guys, listen, it's gonna be rough for everybody, but theaters will open again, and when theaters open again, everybody can go back into theaters. They're gonna love to see these Marvel films. It's gonna be great. No, instead they said, don't worry, we're gonna put out even more shows because if you look, originally their lineup for their shows was like 3, 4 things, and then it went up to like 10 almost overnight, and it's because they needed to make the investors
Mhm.
happy. And the MCU has been such like a well managed thing for its first 10 years. And then they were like, we don't know what's going on. We just have to keep the investors happy. And yeah, this whole thing going on with like the Avengers and everything in there, with the upcoming like Secret Wars, they needed to come in there and just say, all right, guys, listen, we all know what happened to the actors playing Kang, but listen, we were on a bad path. We were headed towards a train wreck because everything is just going too fast and we can't manage it right now. We're going to take this moment, stop, stand back, just re examine everything. This is actually a blessing in disguise because we can actually have a moment here to stop everything and restructure. Instead, they had to make the investors happy. So they're like, Doom, it's Doom. Doom is in there now. And it's also Robert Downey Jr. We're bringing back Robert
Oh,
Downey Jr. He's playing Doom.
don't remind me about RDJ.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that one still makes me sad. Uh, it is what it is. Uh,
Mm.
do you think those movies will be good at all?
I have no clue. I honestly, at this, like, here's the thing. They're banking on this so much because the first Avengers film, the first Endgame, was such a massive hit. Infinity War and Endgame were such huge hits. They want to try and reproduce that, but it's like nobody's really excited for the MCU right now, so they don't have that momentum to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they're good, even if they're a success, I don't think they're going to be the success that they want them to be.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. As we talk about many times with Darkstalkers, it doesn't matter if you sell okay. If you don't meet expectations, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Actually, that perfectly segues into one of our next questions about Darkstalkers. So, our next question comes from Necroesque or Necro, uh, and she asks if Darkstalkers were to return as a new genre of game, what genre do you think would be slash work the best?
I I have actually thought about that because there's so many great fighting game franchises from Capcom, but we're in the live service era of fighting games. They're not going to make more than Street Fighter this generation.
Mm-hmm.
If they do make another thing, it will be a crossover and will only be and that will only get made because the other people want it to get made. So yeah, I've been like, all right, if Darkstalkers do come back, what would be a great thing for it to be? Uh, Character action game would be great. Give you like 5 playable characters and make it like a Devil May Cry where like you're going through this big gothic setting, bunch of demons running around, and you get like Morgan, John Talbane, Felicia, and I guess you'd probably have to go with like Dimitri just for like the legacy of it. And then Hisinko. Hisinko seems like a
Yeah.
good other one to throw in there. And then yeah, each of them just go through this big area with like tons of characters. Maybe not even like character action game. You could almost do like a Muso style game where it's just like the hordes of the undead coming at you and you gotta go through them. I
That,
could see that.
yeah.
I think they would fit in there. Take the team that worked on Devil May Cry 5, because I don't think they're working on another Devil May Cry anytime soon, and give them Darkstalkers, make it a character action game. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm hoping you just jinxed that. So, and we're getting DMC6 soon. I'm hoping you jinxed
Yeah,
it just now.
if
Uh,
I did, and if we don't get a new Darkstalkers, but I get Devil May Cry 6 out of that, I'm fine with that.
yeah,
That as long as we get one of those two, I'm happy.
yeah. Uh, I mean, there's also the Death Battle curse going on with DMC right now, so hopefully that means something too. If you're familiar with what that
Oh
is,
yeah, that lined up with the when they did the original Death Battle with Dante. Then they got Devil May Cry 6 or 5. I mean, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Dante actually just got revealed for the next episode.
I saw that against Clive from Final
60.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Final Fantasy.
No, I love Clive. He's like one of my favorite pro tags. Clive is
I
awesome.
think so too. I don't know if Final Fantasy 16, the game itself, would be like in my top 5 favorite Final Fantasies. I still like it, but if you ask me who's my favorite pro tag, it's like, yeah, it might be Clive. He's really good.
Yeah, Clive is the whole of 16 feels more like a dark fantasy novel, which I really
Very
liked.
much.
Yeah, but 16 is really good. I'm going to stop before we get Final Fantasy sidetracked again.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already talked Final Fantasy.
Yeah, wait. Okay, just so I don't ask in the future, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game?
It's 9, but it is, but 10 is close behind it.
Based. Yeah, you'll probably say it in the video too, but 9 is a good pick.
Yeah,
9 is an awesome pick. Okay, I lied. We only actually have 1, 2, 3 left. Actually, kinda. One of them has a couple follow-up questions because there are some very similar questions. But let me get one. Let's get the next one. From how do you say this? DJ Cal 123 DJ Kali 123 asks, any chance we could get a Tokon prediction, or who would you want most in Tokon? And they mentioned
who I want most in Tokon. If we're going like my interesting choice, it'd be Moon Knight. I am just a big Moon Knight fan to begin with. But also, that's one of those characters that's like, all right, he now has a show. But at this point, honestly, like so many characters are in the MCU that it doesn't even feel like the rule of like, well, I want somebody just from the comics is getting harder and harder to do these days.
Yeah.
But also, he's one of those guys that you don't get that feeling like he'll probably ever pop up in a fighting game. So if he wasn't there, it'd be interesting. Yeah. But so combine that with the fact that I'm just a fan of the character. He'd be the one I'd like to show up.
Yeah.
And as for like making like a Tokon like actual prediction of like who I think could be in there, there's going to be some villains in there. Honestly, you know what? I know I have brought her up. I don't even think this is like a far off choice at this point. I've brought her up in like the last 2 Marvel themed builder rosters we've done. I think either Magic or Emma Frost feel like definite picks. Like the fact that they're in Marvel Rivals now, and everyone is falling in love with those characters. Like I feel like, and they've been so huge in the comics recently too that it feels like they're safe choices.
Yeah,
so the fan choice that I want, Moon Knight. The safe choice, either Magic or Emma Frost.
Yeah, Magic feels like an Arxis character. I feel like Arxis would
very
look at Magic and be like, "Ooh, we want to make."
She could pop up in Guilty Gear. She absolutely feels. She feels like a Blaze Blue character, honestly.
Yeah, she would. I could see her popping up in both. And actually, I do have I do have something about Moon Knight to tell you. Back when I was doing research for the Marvel vs. DC server event, I actually found that Moon Knight became the highest selling comic from Marvel in like character wise in 2023. He outsold Spider-Man.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I think it was 2022,
That's
2023.
Crazy.
Yeah, this was during the he outsold Spider-Man. So he's gone pretty big. Let me see what year it was.
I don't pay attention to sales anymore. Like ever since I stopped working in the comic shop, I was like, I'm just gonna read what I want when I want. I'm not gonna pay any attention to sales on this stuff. That I had no idea. I know Jed MacKay is still doing Moon Knight, and I honestly thought, well, he's probably doing it because Jed MacKay is a big popular writer for them at the moment. So he's probably just like, I like this character. Yeah. This is my personal project I want to do. I didn't know it was also selling well. That's great.
Yeah, so it outsold Spider-Man about 3 years ago. It started. It hasn't recently, but it did at one point, like around the time the show came out. It started outselling.
I was gonna say if it's 3 years ago, then that wasn't when the show.
3, 4 came out. Yeah, like I'm trying to remember whose run it was. That wasn't. Whose run was that?
3 years ago would have been either the very start of Jed MacKay's run or right before it.
No, not 2002. think that was right during. Who is the right? Yeah, it would have been. McKay started in 21. It could have been.
Okay.
It could have been right after. Yeah, so it would have been McKay's run, or it could have been the 2022 miniseries by. What's their name?
Oh god, the guy who did Spencer and Locke. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
David
it was.
Pepose.
Maybe not. It's Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. That miniseries. Yeah, was that them?
That was an anthology series, I think. I think that was.
Was that an anthology series?
David Pepose definitely did do.
Yeah, he did number. He did number 2. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Pepose. I was looking at issue 1. I was like, I don't see Pepose's name, and then you said anthology. I'm like, oh, probably a different issue. Yeah, which, I mean, maybe Moon Knight has a better chance than you think now. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Now that I know that, that's totally possible.
Yeah, no, that. I mean, he was in Rivals, which. Yeah. I guess I'm not surprised. Because he kind of fills something for Rivals. Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're down to our final 2 questions. I'm going to save this one for last because it's my favorite question this entire Q&A. This next one is from Star Crisis, and this is a multi-part, which I'll quickly run through with you. Your love of horror and fighting games is well documented, but aside from those, what other kinds of games do you love, and would you be willing to list a few specific titles?
What other games do I love? I don't play a lot of RPGs anymore, but I used to play a ton of them back in the day, and that started when I was a teenager, and for like Christmas, I got like Grandia 2, Skies of Arcadia, and Final Fantasy 9. Like, those were like the 3 games I got all at once. I was not that big into RPGs, but I remember like each of those games getting amazing reviews. So like, I'd kind of like to check these out. So I was given them as a gift for like one Christmas. And yeah, for many years afterwards, I fell in love with RPGs because of those 3 games specifically. Like I said, don't play a ton of them these days just because I don't have the time to do it. That's been a great thing about going back to Final Fantasy games this year. Older Final Fantasy games used to be like 15 hours. So they're easy to get through. But let's see. Other genres that I really like. So let's see. RPGs, horror games, fighting games. But aside from those, trying to think, what other genre do I enjoy?
I do have some.
I do enjoy. This is not a genre that I seek out, but there's a shocking amount of them that I enjoy, which is like the tactical strategy style games. It is absolutely not a genre I seek out, but I love Fire Emblem. XCOM I was really into for a little bit of time. So yeah, that's one of those games that's like, all right, I don't know if I'd call myself a fan of it, but I really like Final Fantasy. So not Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
So there's enough of a love there to overlap with it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what's your favorite
aside from that, aside from that, I kind of dabble a little bit in everything, but there's but no like big genre outside of like horror and fighting games are definitely my 2 big genres, and then RPG is definitely the next one after that. Oh wait a minute, RPGs, Persona is my like my favorite.
I was wondering.
I cannot believe I didn't think of that immediately. Yeah, we're talking about RPGs that I like. Persona is that franchise that I will, like I said, I don't have a time for a lot of really big RPGs anymore. When Persona 6 one day drops, I am canceling my plans for 2 weeks to play that.
Only 2 weeks? Only 2 weeks.
I will probably be able to get through it. I will tell you this, when Persona 4 came out, I was working like my first job out of college, and I hated it, and I was just depressed. And I bought Persona 3 because a friend of mine told me it was good. And I fell in love with that thing. I was playing it nonstop. And then the job I had, I won't say what it was because that's actually like detailed information. Like
no, you're good. You're good.
It was working. I'll say it was working in the world of politics.
Oh,
I was working in the world of politics. And I was like, this sucks. I thought this was going to be great. This is horrible. I hate doing this. and I was working on a campaign, and the campaign ended, and I won't give any more information on it. But after it ended, I was like, I don't really want to work in politics anymore. This is too depressing. And so I was just out of it. I was just like bummed. And then Persona 4 came out. I put 100 hours into that game in 10 days.
That was like 10 hours a day.
I put more time. Yeah. Literally, I woke up, started playing, only stopped to eat. That was it. Yeah, I fell in love with that game. That was like, I've said many times, Persona 4 was the game that I needed when I needed it. It like just arrived at the right time. So yeah, RPGs, Persona. The Persona series is like absolutely one of my favorite video game franchises ever. And Persona 5, I think, is a genius game. I'm kind of sick of getting Persona 5 games over and over again, and I want Persona 6 now. But yeah, I do still think that Persona 5 is one of the best RPGs I've ever played.
Yeah. Yeah, Persona's awesome. As a massive SMT head, unfortunately, I am an SMT head. But Persona's awesome. I really want to play 2. 2 looks really cool. It's not on anything.
I'm upset that we're getting Persona 4 remake now because you don't need that.
No.
Also, I will say this, Persona 3 is the one that got me into Persona, and I loved it. And mechanically speaking, that game has problems. Mechanically speaking, there's a ton of problems with that game. But so when the Persona 3 remake came out, I bought it and I was playing it. And as much as I love Persona 3, I got bored with it halfway through because it is just the exact same game. They just fixed the mechanics of it. Like, the gameplay is actually good now. But story-wise, like, dialogue is almost exactly the same as it was in the previous game.
Yeah.
And with Persona 4, I'm like, you don't need to fix the gameplay that much. Like, the gameplay is pretty still good in Persona 4. So if you just have it be the exact same game again, I don't know about that. Persona 2, on the other hand, you can't play it anywhere. It's way more basic because of the time period that it came out, so you could definitely flesh it out. You can introduce the social link mechanic in there. And also, gameplay-wise, again, has major problems. So, yeah, that's the game that needs the remake, not 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd agree. Well, maybe 1 needs it the most, but I'd want it to be 2. 2 is just more appealing to me.
2 is the one that people would want the most, yeah.
2 is the really, gosh, I hope we get 2 one day. I don't know if I need the calendar mechanic, but I think the social link, like, itself would be beneficial. Because, like, 2 I'm really hoping for. Or at least a port. Like, why are they remaking
just something?
4?
Just make it playable again.
Yeah, just make it playable. Why are they? Is it just graphics at this point? Is that all that is really updated for P4?
We don't know anything yet. Yeah. We have, like, all we've seen is that log cycle, and that's the thing. Sega, because Persona does so well, Sega said they want Persona to be a yearly series where a new thing comes out each year. And I just look at that, and I look at how little they showed off of Persona 4. I'm like, you guys have nothing. You are racing these devs to get these things out yearly. Yeah. Don't do that.
Just lab work on P6, and 6 will be like one of the biggest launches, especially with now how big. Like, if you thought P5 was a big launch, a big game, Persona 6 is going to be huge.
That's the thing. Persona 5 wasn't even a big launch because Persona 5 back then was still very niche.
Yeah, but like
Persona 4 got fans. Persona 4 got a lot more people into the franchise. Persona 3 got a lot more people into the franchise. Persona 4 got a lot more people into the franchise. But it was still, like, not one of the big RPGs out there.
Yeah.
Persona 5 made it blow up. So Persona 6 will be massive.
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be one of the biggest RPGs we've seen in a long time. It's gonna be awesome, I hope. We could probably talk about Persona all day, but we don't have that kind of thing. All right. So these are follow-ups. So Star asked this question. There's actually quite a few people who asked about your opinion on particular genres or specific franchises. So I just picked 3 of these, and I'm just going to rapid fire them real quick. Our first one is from Fire Breathing Snapdragon. And because we just talked about Fire Emblem, we've talked about doing a Fire Emblem fighting game roster. What is your favorite Fire Emblem game?
I don't want to just say Three Houses because I feel like it's the easy answer. But it's kind of Three Houses. I
Yeah.
really like that cast of characters. I think the
Mhm.
gameplay is great in there. Oh, hey, dog. My dog just barged into the door.
Oh,
Let's see. Hey, buddy. You okay, buddy? Yeah.
say hi to
Let's
them
see.
for me.
Yeah, Three Houses. It's. I know in my heart it's Three Houses.
Yeah, that's okay.
But Awakening was the one that got me into the franchise, so I
Mm,
do have a love for that one too.
yeah, yeah. Which ones have you played? Out of
Pretty
curiosity.
much everything from Awakening onwards. Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
Awakening,
yeah. So
Fates.
that's the only reason I haven't done the Fire Emblem Builder roster yet.
Mm,
I do not have the knowledge of the previous games before that. So
yeah.
yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Have you played Echoes? That was one of the
Echo.
Shadows of, it was the remake of the second game on the 3DS.
No, I don't think. Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I did not play that one
Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
Uh,
That one has some of the best combat.
okay.
Yeah, the its weak spot I would say is definitely the story because it's trying
Hmm.
really hard to be a dedicated retelling of that original story. And the story is like an NES story. So it's not as like
Yeah.
it's still rough. There are certain things they do to really help it out. Like for example, the main character Ulm, he's a villager. He's like that Luke Skywalker kind of archetype where he's like was raised by an adopted parent who
Mhm.
wouldn't tell him where he came from, and he wound up joining a rebellion called the Deliverance, and he had two friends who were villagers, so you can promote them into whatever you want to, and they tagged along. Their names are Gray and Tobin, and periodically throughout the game they'll do like your standard, "I'm the leader of rebellion now," and inspirational speech. It'll randomly cut back to them, and they'll like kind of ground the story. So it's like, hey, this is getting really big. Like, it was only like a few weeks ago that he was just some guy in a village, and they'll like cut back to them to like kind of ground everything, which was really helpful. But other
Yeah.
than that, the story is still a little bit basic. And then, did you play Engage?
That's the most recent one, right?
Yeah. Other than
I,
Fortune's Weave, which is coming.
yeah, I started that one. I wasn't really feeling it, so I
I
kind of
don't
stopped. And
blame
I,
you. I don't blame you. I would,
yeah,
yeah, it's yeah. That game is interesting. Our next one is from another mod, also on the subject of strategic tactical RPGs. Have you played any tactical RPGs like Disgaea, Final Fantasy Tactics, or Tactics Ogre?
I played Disgaea when it first came out, and I didn't get that far into it because I found out how long the game was. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. But I was enjoying it. Trying to think of what other ones.
You talked
Yeah,
about
like if
XCOM, right?
XCOM I played. Yeah, XCOM I definitely played. I don't remember if it was XCOM or XCOM 2, but one of them I played and I really enjoyed it. Um, and back in the day, I remember playing Final Fantasy Tactics. I did not play a ton of it because I think I rented it, but I do remember playing that back in the day and I did enjoy it. But yeah, Fire Emblem is definitely the one that like that like really hit with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, oh my gosh! I just looked up the Disgaea game. Okay. That is a long game. Uh,
Yes, it's huge.
yeah,
And I was enjoying it, but I realized like, oh my god, I am not in this for that long of a haul.
yeah. Uh, maybe one day. Yeah, that is a long game. Okay. All right. Last one. This little main category. This one's from Griefling Golem or Morgan. How do you feel about visual novels? I remember you making videos on Danganronpa 2 and Monster Prom, so I'm curious if you're still a fan of those kinds of games or if you are or not.
I do like them. I don't seek them out. It's not like I have like, like if you look at my Steam library, it's not like I have like a section for them or anything, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely like a few that you'll find in there. I tend to go more with the horror ones, and I will say right now for Thorgi, there is a visual novel that we are doing in there,
Ooh.
and I loved it. So yeah, it's one of those where it's not. I wouldn't call myself like a fan in terms of like if you came to me and said, "Have you played this? Have you played this? Have you played this?" My answer is going to be most likely no. But when I play them, I have definitely found plenty that I've enjoyed. Like, it's definitely a genre that I am more than willing to check out. Like, I'll tell you right now, for Thorgi Win this year, we played Slay the Princess.
Ooh.
I love that game.
I haven't played
was
that yet.
blown away by it.
Okay. I've been told so many things about that game, and I just haven't done it yet. But I've been looking for a good Halloween game, so I'll take that recommendation.
I definitely recommend that one. Yeah. So
Okay.
Slay the Princess, Monster Prom is one of my favorite comedy games out there of all time.
Yeah.
What you call it? What they say? Danganronpa. Yeah, I like Danganronpa too. Or POO as well. I like Danganronpa as well. That's definitely a franchise that I've gotten invested in. And also, what's the other one? There's a third one I was going to bring up that I really Phoenix Wright.
Oh yeah,
Phoenix Wright game. I used to play all. Yeah, I used to play the Ace Attorney games all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Which you don't think of those as visual novels, but that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, they are.
That's 100% what they are.
Yeah, like you don't think of them as that, but they really are. Yeah.
Yeah, they feel like more people categorize them as puzzle games, but no, they're visual novels. Yeah.
Yeah, they're visual novels. Did you play the new Monster Prom, Monster Con?
I haven't yet. I am behind on. I have it because I backed their Kickstarter. But I have not played that one yet.
Oh, that one's really good.
Yeah.
A group of us play it quite often in the server. That one's good. Who's your favorite character from Monster Prom? Could be the front of first game or one of the later ones.
I really like Polly. Polly's like the one character who always made me laugh whenever she was on screen.
Polly is awesome.
Yeah.
Polly is awesome. Okay. All right. And then we are at our last question. Now,
okay.
I'm going to say this. This is my favorite question in the entire QnA.
Nice.
I saw this question come in, and I could not stop laughing. The mods are very confused why I like this question so much. I'm going to warn you. This is very much a question I don't think you're expecting. I don't really think it's so out of it's out of nowhere. It's not a scary question. It's just not usually something that you'd expect from like a Q&A with a fine game YouTuber. Okay, here we go. This is from Jeppo1457. Thorgi, who would you pick for a 5v5 basketball team with any fictional characters, period, in your team?
Okay. Any 5 fictional characters?
Anyone.
Let's see. Okay. They have to be human shaped, so that way they could fit onto the court. Because for some reason, my mind immediately went to like Godzilla. The old Charles Barkley commercial, but I was like, no. Okay.
He do be ballin'.
This is gonna be a weird one to throw in here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Naruto, or any kind of like fictional ninja. And for some reason, Naruto is the one that's popping into my head because, like, okay. Somebody who can do like a shadow step, like just disappear and reappear, trying to guard them, and then they just disappear and they're a block of wood now, and then they're just suddenly behind you. Okay. I'd go with that. And so some kind of a ninja, I'm going to just go with Naruto for now. Actually, no. Screw that. Rock Lee. Rock Lee is definitely the one to go with. Yeah. By the way, before anybody goes, I didn't know you were a big Naruto fan. I used to be back in the day. I kind of dropped off of it, but I still have the memories. But let's see. Okay, so after that,
actually, I do have a
I'm not going to go with anybody for some reason I'm sticking with anime, and I'm like, I'm not going to go with anybody from Dragon Ball because honestly, I don't think anybody from Dragon Ball knows how to play basketball.
No.
Or they could even comprehend the rules.
No.
I saw that baseball episode. It can't happen. Let's see. Same thing goes for One Piece. I can't picture anybody. No, you know what? Wild card. Usopp from One Piece. Usopp. I feel like that guy could be shooting. I feel like that dude could be shooting buckets from half court. That guy has got aim. He's got the aim. I think. Let's see.
I do have to mention. I don't know if they mean you have to be on the team too, or if they mean that you're the coach. You're the manager. Okay,
I'm the guy throwing the chairs on the side.
You're like, no, don't put me in the court. Okay, so you're on the side.
Okay. Let's see. After that, Terry Bogard, because he actually knows how to play. Like, he knows, like, canon to his lore. He likes basketball, and he's good at.
He'll teach the others how to play. He'll teach.
Exactly. There we go. Okay. So then those 3. So I need 2 more. Let's see. Oh my God, this is gonna be a weird thing to throw in there. I'm gonna throw Mega Man in there. Because I think if Mega Man defeated another basketball player, he would then gain their skills.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then I need 1 more.
I just didn't expect that.
I'm literally looking at like my game wall and like going like, okay, give me ideas. So that's why Mega Man popped into my mind right now.
You're like looking at like you're like looking through photos of potential recruits. Like, give me him.
I'm literally doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I don't think this guy could be okay. I was going to go with the Hulk just to be a center, just to like keep people out of the area in there. But I was like, no, you can't like give that guy instructions. Like he's not a team player.
No.
But I need a big guy. I need a big guy who is capable of just standing in place and keeping people away.
Abomination?
Oh,
gosh.
Man, I was going to go, oh no, I got Potemkin. Potemkin from Guilty Gear.
There you go.
I'm going to do Potemkin from Guilty Gear because first off, he's massive. He's literally tall enough if he just stood in front of the bucket, like no one would be able to get the shots in. Like his hand goes up and he just covers the entire court. But also, the dude has the charging attack. Like he's got that charge so he could get from one side of the field to the other.
Oh yeah.
And then also, he's actually smart and he's like a team player. So I could see him learning the game.
Oh yeah. He's a smart guy.
Shoot. I should just do, if I did all fighting game characters, take out Naruto and Rock Lee, put in there Chip Zanov. Okay, so then we got that. Okay, let's see. I said Usopp because he's got aim. No, let's see. I can come up with someone who's got aim.
Happy Chaos?
Oh no.
Deadshot?
Dhalsim.
From
From half court, he could dunk. Also, can teleport. So there we go. All right, we're doing all fighting game characters now. So it's Chip Zanov, Dhalsim, Potemkin, Terry Bogard.
Would you count Mega Man as a fighting game?
I said Mega Man. You know what? I'll still count him. I will still count Mega. Okay. No, wait, Seth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just copied the movesets.
Okay. Yeah. So you're anyone on the table is Rock Lee, Usopp, Mega Man, Terry, and Potemkin. And if it's just fighting game characters, you're replacing Rock Lee with Chip. And who'd you say you were replacing?
I said replacing Usopp with Dhalsim, and then Mega Man with Seth, just to be that person who can Seth. Copy everyone's moves. Yeah.
All right.
There's definitely another character out there who just copies moves, but Seth's the one that comes to my mind.
Yeah. This is my favorite question. I'm going to be honest.
Good question. Surprising thing is, when you first said that, I was like, I have no freaking clue. But the second I thought about it, I was like, no, wait, I got some answers.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on, I got this.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jeppo. This is like my favorite question. And I'm going to keep this question any QnA I do for work. This is like...
It's a good judge of character, that question.
Oh, yes,
you learn a lot about somebody.
Yeah, you went directly to Naruto. I wonder what that means.
For some reason, I was like, if I'm picking fictional characters, I want a ninja. A ninja feels like the most powerful person on a court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. How well do you think they do in Space Jam? Do you think they could beat the Looney Tune characters?
I think. I thought you'd have them going up. No, they couldn't beat the Looney Tune characters, but they could beat the Monstars.
Yeah. I have not seen that original Space Jam. I've just seen parts of it. All right, yeah. So
I saw it when I was a kid, and I loved it so much. It was one of the few films I was like, "You gotta take me back to the theater, parents, and make me see it again." And God bless my parents; they let me go and see it again in the theaters. And now as an adult, I watched it. I was like, my poor parents had to sit through this twice.
What'd you think of the new one?
Oh, that's like there. It makes the first one look really good by comparison. Second one's a train wreck.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that new one's up. It's oh boy. Okay, yeah, but that's all the questions that we have today. That went a little bit longer than expected, but I don't mind.
Hey, it was a good conversation. I want to thank you for putting this together, by the way. Yeah, you guys and the mods all scheduled this together.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys again. I already said, but thank you guys for holding everything down in the Discord. I hope that everybody enjoyed this.
Yeah, us doing Q&As and then going on rambles every now and then.
I am fully aware of how far off I went on some of these. But
yeah, I was just as bad. I'm the person doing the interview, and I did some rambles. That's worse. If I did this at work, I'd get in trouble. Yeah, no, but thank you so much for agreeing to this, Thorgi. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before I stop the recording?
Just thank you guys again, everybody out there in the Discord who've been hanging in there. Like I said, I know that I'm not active in the Discord because I have always been the lurker in everything that I do. I've always been the guy who's like, oh, let me just check in. I'm not gonna say much, but yeah, I am there. I do check stuff out, and I appreciate you guys for just keeping everything active there, keeping positive attitudes mostly from everything. And the mods have always been like, respect the mods in the Discord. You guys work hard to keep that thing going. Yeah. Just thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and then I'll also say we do have server events that are going on. We have the holiday bash that'll be. I'm just saying this because people are watching this. We have the holiday tournament that we're planning later this winter that signups are available for. If you have not signed up and you want to participate, feel free to do so. We have a couple other events going on. I can't remember them all right now. I don't think they've all been revealed, but I highly recommend that you grab the server events role so you see where those are if you want to participate in those. And then please stop asking me to do... I'm kidding. I was going to say, please don't make me do a Shonen Jump server event roster. That'll be painful.
That's gonna be rough, yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared.
That is a future builder roster I want to do eventually, but it is going to be an undertaking.
Yeah, that one scares me because there's so many rules with that. We're like if you look like at the Jump Fighters, like it's only the characters who are in the actual magazine. It's not like any of the digital release ones. That one scares me. It's that and Disney that scare me the most right now.
I refuse to do a Disney one because I'm like, that's so all over the place. Like I know people have asked for it, but I'm letting you know right now. I will probably. You never say never, but the odds of it are low of me doing a Disney one because it's so all over the place. And then it feels like every other week Disney is in trouble for something. I'm like, I am not going to spend a month working on something only for Disney to do the biggest worst thing they could imagine.
Yeah.
And then oh, I can't drop this now.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney scares me. I mean, unless Disney shows up at your house with a big briefcase of money saying, "Do a roster," I might. Then you'll do. We've talked about Disney, I think, before. Disney's scary. All right, we gotta stop the recording. We've been going on extra. Thank y'all so much, and make sure to support Thorgi